to the fortune teller hut just southeast of Link's house. The second most common spot we'll probably see used as the runners are off is Lightside Death Mountain takes you to Upper Norfair, the business center, and we'll go over some more of those. Pensneck, you want to talk about what these runners are going to do here at the beginning?
Well, more than likely, they are going to go right into A Link to the Past, because while they could go down to Blue Brinstar to where the Morph Ball spot is, it is a much... it's a smarter play to go right into A Link to the Past, because there are a lot more items open up in A Link to the Past than Super Metroid, because without Morph Ball, you're pretty locked out into a lot of things.
Correct. Now, it looks like Kirito is going to go do the checks for us anyhow. The check on the lake is just a missile pack. Most of our runners are going to jump in and check that.
Oh, there's Morph Ball in Link's house.
All right, a quick Morph Ball.
Speaking of Morph Ball, there it is.
And so, as Pensneck mentioned, that is the key thing in Super Metroid. You can't really navigate much without a Morph Ball. Now, however, they are going to have to either find Morph Ball bombs, which aren't always real common, or more likely some Power Bomb packs. And then our runners will be able to access almost 50 checks in Super Metroid.
Now, at minimum, if they're wanting to do a full sweep of blue, green, and pink Brinstar, they're going to need at least 10 Power Bombs. Probably 15, if they want to play it safe.
That is correct.
You got blue rupees on the tree pull there.
Ooh, silver arrows.
Silver.
Yep.
Oh, that's a good fight.
We have Raikou Rider doing a strat to confuse the game as to his location and allow him to get 225 rupees. That will allow him to purchase from Bottle Vendor and any other potential items, maybe some bombs from a merchant that he may need. And there's our first
glitch,
power bomb.
by the way. Yeah. The glitch, by the way, is known as the Houlihan Room, because it throws you in there and when it doesn't know what to do, and you get a little tidbit of information from Chris Houlihan, one of the developers. Hence why it's called the Houlihan Room.
And there you go.
Oh,
all right.
It wasn't. Oh, he was a contest winner. I'm sorry. I don't know my info. It's kind of interesting. One of the runners got blue rupees from the tree pull, but Ancient Gamer got full magic from it.
So my understanding is, the little bugs that jump around, those are consistent. The tree pulls are consistent depending on a certain game state. For example, if you have missing hearts, you are very likely to get hearts from the tree pull. And so I don't exactly.
Also, it changes to.
Oh, go ahead.
So like it changes depending on like what your level your health is.
Yeah. All right, so we saw some power bombs in Sanctuary. We're gonna get our first look at Blind's hideout from Leno, and this is 5 big item checks right at the beginning of the game.
Ancient Gamer found Cane of Samaria in the mushroom spot, though.
All right, that's huge. More power bombs for Leno. Okay. So far, the cane is the big find.
And just some blueberries.
Kirito did grab those silver arrows in Blue Bryn before exiting that. That could be huge if the runners happen to find the bow. Silver arrows will kill a lot of enemies much quicker than a regular arrow would. We're going to see more important checks from Leno. We get 5 more checks in the bottom of the well.
We also got a map check from Kirito. It looks like all the dungeons in the light world are crystal dungeons, with Desert Palace being a 5/6 crystal.
Okay. So all of the dungeons will have to be completed in light world. I'm sure many of our runners will be excited to see that. Some of those Dark World dungeons, if they can avoid having to clear them or clear very much of them, depending on item checks, they will enjoy that.
Yeah, I always hope that Ice Palace is a pendant dungeon, because I hate doing Ice Palace.
I can agree with you on that.
That's a lot of money from Uncle.
Alright, so Leno is going to buy some bombs, having not found bombs.
It's not a bad call, to be honest, because some people would find it faster just to buy bombs rather than, try your luck and get it from a tree pole or from the bush crab.
Absolutely, yeah. I would say about half my runs I end up buying bombs. So.
Oh, and the chicken hut, we get the flute.
All right, we are rocking and rolling already.
It is always nice whenever you find the flute in Kakariko, because then you can just route in activating it while you're here. Speaking of which, all rise for the great duck salute.
The goose is loose.
Or as they say, the duck is amok.
Alright, so all the runners in the same area. I believe with Ancient Gamer's check of the bottle vendor, which he was the first one I actually saw do it, I believe that's 3 power bomb sets that the runners have found now. So with Morph Ball and 15 power bombs at their disposal, anytime these runners want to go back into Super Metroid, they're going to be able to clear a lot of it. However, with no E-tanks or no suits yet, some of the enemies can be really dangerous. So I expect we'll see a lot of the more commonly checked spots in Link to the Past cleared before any runner heads back.
On a side note, I did see that we found the Book of Budora there in the well.
Yes.
And also, Lenophis just saw on his screen that he found X-Ray at the library.
That was X-Ray. Okay, my screen lagged just a bit, so I wasn't able to see if that's what that was.
Yeah.
So if our runners
it's not going to be. It's not going to be too important of an item right now, but if they find Charge Beam, that could be important.
Absolutely, yeah. So we may see runners go back for it, we may not. Oh, and both arcanes are found already.
Wow.
So the blue cane, not a required item, but is going to be used to clear Spike Cave, can be used to make some boss fights easier.
And now one boss in particular, it's very good against the fight against Blind.
Yes, notably the blind fight. And our first sword is on Desert Ledge.
And hey, since he's got Book of Medora, he can go right in there.
And so Leno's going to go right for it.
So we also get to see if this dungeon is boots locked or not.
So yeah, you normally need the boots to get an item off of the light post in the northwest room of the main area here. If that item is the map or the compass, the dungeon will not be boots locked.
So it's like a 50-50 chance of whether or not the dungeon's going to be boots locked, because Desert Palace only has 2 items. Well, actually,
yes.
No, it's a 20% chance, because a key can also be on there.
Yes, it can be a key. If it's a key, it does lock the boots lock the dungeon. So the key in that chest means we're still safe so far.
Now, granted, even if it was not boots lock, he can't really go any farther because he doesn't have he doesn't have lantern or fire rod.
Correct. He will not be able to complete and does not have silvers to even pick up the rock to be able to get into the second half. All right.
Yeah, power glove, not silvers.
Or power glove. Sorry, not silver arrows. The silver gauntlet. Yeah, the power glove.
Man, that'd be incredible if you could pick up boulders with silvers.
Alright.
Looks like Raikou finished up his race. We got Ancient Gamer checking out the Light World Swamp Palace here. Or the Floodgates.
Floodgates. More power bombs were in the chest, and we'll see what's underneath the water here in just a moment. And some more supers. And
didn't get more supers, but looks like he's skipping out on that.
Yeah, I was very surprised at skipping out on that. Alright, so the first sword for Leno, and we're going to get a check of Mini Moldorm Cave. Should be pretty straightforward. 8 bombs, has Cane of Samaria if needs another way to take these out.
Did he not check the torch in Desert Palace?
I don't believe so. I'm maybe the compass where it was indicated that the dungeon was not clearable.
One of our trackers pointed out that like it has to be Big Key.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah.
No, just missiles and Agnes
Ooh,
Cave.
space jump.
Ooh, that's a nice find.
Plasma.
Plasma too. Ooh,
All right, so a pretty good mini Moldorm cave.
that is
And
pretty good.
And we saw Raikou Rider use the Cane of Burna to take out those mini Moldorms, so another strategy to take them out. And it looks like Ancient Gamer's... I was going to say not going to go check Ice Cave, but he can flute over a little quicker.
Help save a bit on time. I mean, if you have the flute, might as well use it to save on time.
Absolutely.
So of course he's still got to be careful of these crabs. Even though he's got 5 health, it just takes 3 hits and he's down.
Yes, yeah, the crabs do 2 hearts apiece. Very dangerous enemies. But both runners, Ancient Gamer and Raikou, get in there successfully.
Yeah, they're kind of like neck and neck here. Oh, all for 10 arrows.
Womp womp. Alright. So now, soon... Okay, so Raikou did a hard reset to get back into Super Metroid. It looks like Ancient Gamer might go check Sahasrah's closet.
I believe so, since like it probably won't be too easy to get into Eastern from this side, so he's gonna have to just loop around if he wants to check Eastern too.
Correct. Yep. And immediately we're gonna get a criteria power bomb check here. Thanks to that space jump they acquired. And gotta be careful of that acid. That acid,
Yeah.
just a missile pack. And Sahasrah's closet is a sword as well.
Ooh. So if Monofus ever checks the closet, he's gonna have himself a Master Sword.
And Master Sword could mean that Aga could be required.
Still gotta find Lantern though.
Yes.
The way it looks like Ancient is gonna be using his sword to go rescue the old man without Lantern. This is out of logic, but it's a good thing to get out of the way early.
Absolutely. So, when we refer to auto logic, if you're not familiar, is that the game does not require you to do certain checks until you have items that would be required to do them. So, you cannot rescue the old man without Lantern. It doesn't make sense to do that. But our runners are able to do it in the dark, navigate, especially with a sword. And so, any items that they find based on this check are what we call out of logic, which means they normally would not have access to them. And so they have to remember that somewhere that to get these important items, potentially, that there is a lantern that they could have gotten.
And of course, by this logic, they can also deduce that, like, getting this item means, okay, now this area is opened up. Maybe I need to go over in that direction.
And half magic from Bomb Torizo.
Ooh, that is very nice to get early on.
Especially with having both canes. Yes. Kirito found the silver arrows in the bottom of Blue Brinstar. Normally you have to have high jump or space jump to access the item, and nice Alcatraz escape by Raikou. But Kirito went down at the beginning of the game, checked the spots down on the bottom of Blue Bryn, and was able to damage boost up to those silvers.
Yeah,
and boots!
Ooh, there's the boots. So I'm gonna take this time to check to see what's at the back of Gauntlet.
Absolutely, good check to do. Obviously, with the health that they have right now, it's very unlikely they can get to the back of Gauntlet, but nothing exciting there worth going back for.
Yeah, not too exciting at Gauntlet. Still, there could be something on the front of it, but I doubt any of them might actually go to check what the front is.
Probably not until at least one E-Tank, maybe two, or a suit to get
Oh
some
no,
damage reduction.
I stand corrected. Lenophis is gonna do it.
Oh, and Leno's going to go for it. All right. I guess Space Jump is an item to have, and so it does make it a little bit safer.
Yeah,
All right.
Ancient Gamer checking out High Jump.
Yep. Went through Death Mountain, I'm guessing?
Yeah. Not a bad call, I think it's considered, since he can check 3 items here.
It is a quick 3-item checks. Nothing exciting, though. Arrows and some rupees. We're getting checks in Green Brinstar from Raikou, including probably a Mock Ball. Yep, successful Mock Ball.
I see a blue mail there.
Yep, blue mail. That's going to be helpful. Again, these 4 checks that he gets here, 3 in this room, and the early Super Missile check are all going to be auto-logic checks. Normally, you have to have speed boost for this. Did find an E-Tank, which is huge.
Yeah, that E-Tank is very welcome.
So these are the little hoppers. The big hoppers that we'll see in a little bit, very likely, do 80 damage to an unsuitless Samus. And so runners will die very, very quickly to big hoppers if they're not careful and don't have any E-Tanks. And Ancient Gamer is going straight to Kraid. He's not messing around.
It's like, if you're down here, might as well go deal with Kraid already.
Again, suitless, some spikes and things deal a lot of damage. Do have to be careful.
Let's see what the first item here is.
Another E-Tank!
And some blueberries. I have a shame you don't have speed booster for that little section, because I just love running through the little mini Kraid and you have speed booster.
Oh, yes. Forget super missiles. Barrel you out of the way.
Boots was at Terminator.
Boots were on Terminator, correct? Yes. We're getting a Kraid fight. Can Ancient Gamer make the quick fight happen? Oh, Quake!
Quake at Edicoons. Oh,
all right,
he got close.
Yeah, the first half of it was spot on. Did not get the second half of the quick kill. So Kraid comes out to play.
Oh, and he ran out of supers too.
Oh no! And only has four missiles. You can kill the claws, but that does take time. Okay.
All right, he's good. So let's see, we got Lenophis checking out the Edicoons area, we got Raikou heading to Pink Brinstar, and that Kraid, we've got a heart piece.
We'll see what Kraid's E-Tank check is. Raikou heading into the first room where the big jumpers I talked about are. Do have to be careful here.
Looks like he's gonna play it safe and just use a power bomb.
Yeah, only 3 super missiles left, and needs 1 to get into the bottom of this room. There we go. I was going to say, surprise not grabbing that. Here comes our E-Tank check from Ancient Gamer. And just a piece of heart.
Yeah, that's a good philosophy to stand by, Crimson Raven. If a Seeds throws out some good items early, then that could probably mean that a lot of the needed items you'll have to find is just going to be hard to find.
I was commentating a race between Aussie and Hitaka, and it was very generous to them early, and then very linear and later, and it became a pretty lousy seed after a very generous start.
Oof. Hold on, did Ancient Gamer find Morph Ball bombs?
Where would Ancient Gamer found Morph Ball bombs? Morph Ball bombs on Old Man. Oh, okay, we both missed that.
Yeah, how did we miss that? I guess we're just kind of focused on the other racers here.
Yeah, we were focused on an early Kraid fight, I think, among other things. All right, so morph ball bombs don't really add anything into logic because the runners already have space jump. Normally, infinite bomb jumping would be brought into logic, but I don't believe there's anything that gets you that space jump doesn't.
Well, granted, Morphon bombs will save on having to use power bombs.
Absolutely.
I'm
Speaking
surprised
of,
Ancient Gamer didn't want to go check X-ray room though.
that's what I was just gonna say. Yeah, speaking of space jump, Ancient Gamer choosing to forego checking X-ray.
Instead, he's going to go ahead to Alpha Power Bombs. Meanwhile, Lenophis doing a very tricky gate glitch, but gets it pretty good.
Oh, even without high jump boots, I can do it with high jump boots. I can't get it without.
I can probably say that I can do this trick relatively easy with or without high jumps. Oh, and he does a damage boost to get out too. Wow.
A beautiful damage boost, absolutely. But again, it was just for our red 20. Ooh, fire rod!
Oh, that's a good.
So Ancient Gamer skips X-ray, but finds the fire rod up in power bomb room and is stuck.
Oh, he got stuck. Oh no!
Oh no! Because Super Metroid does not save progress. And so Ancient Gamer, everything that was just done in Super Metroid has to be redone.
Yeah, that means he has to go fight Kraid again.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, that's unfortunate. Either way, we've got Lenophis and Raikou both in blue Brinstar.
We get a look at the Billy Maze room.
Yep.
Super's in a heart piece.
So it looked like there was too much here in blue Brinstar that was worth acquiring.
No, I missed Alpha missiles.
It was just a heart piece.
Okay. The silver arrows, definitely an important pickup. We knew about it already, but Leno was going to grab them.
There we go. Kirito, meanwhile, is in Desert Palace, probably looking to finish this one up. Or, I guess just check what items were in here. That's right, he hasn't picked up Pegasus boots from Blue Brinstar here.
Nope. Has not done much in Super Metroid yet. Clearing all the out-of-the-way checks in Link to the Past so far. Ooh, hook shot! Raikou with the hook shot!
In Green Hill Zone, nice. That opens up quite a lot. Most notably, Paradox Cave. Paradox Cave has like
7 checks?
7 items. Yeah. 8 if you're including Spiral Cave.
Yes. Ancient Gamer went to get half magic from Bomb Terizo. As the only runner thus far to find morph ball bombs, though, had to defeat the Terizo really quickly. That Terizo will not activate and come to life for a fight if you have not found the morph ball bombs.
Meanwhile, we're seeing Raikou here going to head to the X-ray room. Let's see if there was anything worth getting here that Ancient Gamer missed out the first time around.
Just farming power bombs maybe first.
Yeah. And Kirito also going through the escape sequence so far.
No, Raiku's skipping as well.
Huh.
Uh-oh. Leno could be in trouble. Leno could be in trouble.
Yeah, this is a bad spot.
Alright. Escaped it. We're seeing Kirito do the escape, Zelda escape. I don't know that we saw anyone else do escape.
No.
We might get a look at Old Mother Brain from Ancient Gamer. I'm sure we got a check of it already. Did not. Just a missile pack. All right. Chad saying that X-ray room can be dangerous suitless with a low amount of E-tanks. I agree. I was surprised Raikou didn't check it with having found 2 E-tanks already. Ancient, I understand, having 0 extra E-tanks so far. Leno picked up a 3rd E-tank somewhere along the line. And Kirito not finding anything exciting in the escape. Oh, we did find flippers, though.
Yeah,
Sorry.
I think it was that first chest when entering the dungeon area.
Okay, well, we have not seen a Dark World check, so we don't know if flippers are going to be required for Swamp or Ice, but very likely the flippers will be required at some point.
This does open up Hobo Under the Bridge, the Waterfall of Wishing, as well as Zorledge and King Ripoff himself. Of course, looks like Kirito is going to be going to, I guess, Sarsaparillas Closet.
Yep.
Ancient Gamer getting his silver arrows.
And up to the Billy Mays room, we'll find some more super missiles as well as a piece of heart, if I remember correctly.
And Ice Palace is a green pendant.
Ice Palace is the green pendant. Okay, so if Swamp is a pendant, then oddly flippers may not be required. But we will wait and see. So notably, things our runners are missing. Either suit upgrade in Super Metroid and Spazer on the moat. Either suit upgrade and any kind of access to Dark World. We have not seen power gauntlets of any sort. We have not seen hammer, moon pearl, nothing.
I would say Moon Pearl would be pretty important, but I would think getting gauntlets would be equally as important.
Yeah, moon pearl without gauntlets doesn't mean a whole lot.
Yeah, and what say could be said with like gauntlet without Moon Pearl, but if you have mirror, that's still pretty good.
Yep. Haven't seen the mirror yet. So while we've seen some key items, there's a shield. We have not really seen any progression.
What does Hobo Under the Bridge have? A potion.
A vanilla bottle. All right. So that opens up one more check with Sick Kid. Ancient Gamer finding the hook shot.
Lofus gets his fire rod from Alpha Power Bombs.
Let's see if Leno survives. Nice damage boost. Does survive that room. It's possible.
Oh.
Chat's saying it's a possible Agaseed. It is indeed. We know the location of 2 swords. I don't believe Kirito is the only one to have found both swords so far.
It wasn't much in the Waterfall of Wishing, but we've still got King Ripoff and the Zorledge up ahead.
Ledge is going to be...
Missiles.
That's what I saw as well. So we saw Ancient Gamer do the Spore Spawn skip and find super missiles for it. And Leno is checking the X-ray room.
E-Tank.
And King Ripoff, 500 big rupees for super missiles.
Ooh. It's not a reward.
Not at all.
I mean, it's nice to get more super missiles because we haven't found Charge Beam yet, but that's still pretty bad.
Definitely rough to pay 500 and make the trip out there. But could be worse.
In terms of routes so far, Lanofis could go to Wrecked Ship if he wanted to. He's got Space Jump, and while fighting Phantoon with just 4 E-Tanks is pretty scary, it's doable.
Yeah, Suitless with 4 E-Tanks is scary. I have seen many of these really great runners do it with less. I believe in the race we watched between Hitaka and Aussie that I commentated on last week, they were doing it with 2 E-tanks and suitless.
Interestingly, since Raikou doesn't have a sword, he's utilizing the hook shot to try and see where he is.
Oh, okay. I've done boomerang before. I've never done hookshot before. So trying to navigate the old man cave in the dark with hookshot. Interesting.
It's a bit annoying with the hook shot since it kind of locks you in place whenever you use it.
Oh, yeah. So you can't move and check at the same time. But successful.
Yeah, he does it. And he's gonna get his Morph Ball bombs. Speaking of which, Kirito's gonna go to Bomb Terizo, gonna get his half magic, and Lanophis is on his way to go fight Kraid.
Alright, so we have a couple runners following in paths that we've seen already, but it's still important. Kirito gonna get a lot of good checks. And Leno, we're gonna get a boss fight. Can we see our first quick kill on Kraid? I have a feeling Leno looks locked in right now. I have a feeling we're gonna see it right here.
He's been pretty on the ball with like those damage boosts to get by, so we'll see how well he does on the quick kill.
Ancient Gamer with a nice mini mock ball coming out of Etakuns.
Certainly saves time getting out of that.
Oh no!
Oh.
Did I jinx him? Who knows? But Leno not able to finish that quick kill.
It is unfortunate, but it's not too much of a time loss.
Oh, the claw in the way.
That dreadful claw.
Oh no, Kraid being a big time troll for Leno. Oh,
He just wants to dance.
We got a Dark World check from Raikou of pendants and such, but I missed it. Pod and Swamp are the other pendants. So, technically not required for flippers, I believe.
Yeah, so that means we've got requirements for Mystery Mire and Turtle Rock.
Oh, we are going to need potentially 2 different medallions. We already have one.
Mire's the 5/6 crystal.
Okay.
And we already figured out Ice was green due to Kirito talking to Sarsaparilla earlier.
Yes.
Oh, but we got Raikou checking out Paradox Cave here.
We're going to get a lot of checks.
This could be good.
First run.
I'm hoping we'll find either Gauntlet or Moon Pearl in here.
I hope so too.
But it's not looking good so far, with both of those being big 20s. And yes, I know it's the Hasrilla, but I like calling him Sarsaparilla.
Alright. 5 chests right here. What are we gonna find? Oh!
Moon Pearl, there it is.
Another E-Tank.
Still is a bit unfortunate since it is good that we have Moon Pearl, but we still don't have gauntlets.
Or hammer, or any Dark World access of any sort. Ugh.
Orb! Good to see that's still carrying over from AGDQ.
I was just thinking, I'm glad chat is up on their current on their memes. Good on chat. That's true. Raikou can go fight Aga and then have access to anywhere in the Dark World if that is what they want to do.
If they can do it without Lantern, that is.
Yes. Alright, are we getting any new checks anywhere? Leno is heading to Ice.
Oh, he's gonna do Hell onto Ice Beam.
Mock Ball into Hell Run for Ice Beam on 4 E-Tanks. Not unreasonable, but seems like, I guess it's a good check to get out of the way.
I think 4 E-tanks is like the minimum amount you can do to get in and out of this part. Or is it 3?
Based on how Leno just did, it might only be 3. I can't remember, but Leno is about to be glad that it had all 4. That's for sure.
Probably not good that he's getting hit by the enemies too.
Not at all. But looks like a very well done quick dive just to find a 5-arrow upgrade. Glove! They said glove at Spiral Cave, and we missed it.
We were too focused on the Hell Run.
And what did Leno find at Crumble Tower? Went and grabbed it.
Let's see, checking the restream here. Oh, it was Ether.
Okay, found another medallion.
That's 2. It looks like Ancient Gamer's heading over to Wreck Ship, or at the very least check emote. Yeah, I think it's just check emote.
Oh, we're gonna get a Crystal Flash here from Leno to replenish all energy. So remember, you can sacrifice 10 missiles, 10 supers, and 10 power bombs. And Leno is going all out crazy mode.
A Hell Run into Bubble Mountain. Why? Is he hoping to find something in here?
I guess. This seems a little bit desperate for a lot of checks to still be available, but entertaining at the very least. So again, without Various Suit, these heated rooms deal constant damage, and but there are areas of sanctuary between, and so Leno has now done 2 Hell Runs, one into the Ice Beam check, and one into Bubble Mountain.
I'll say taking the safety save here.
Absolutely, yeah. We're gonna have to farm some energy to get out of here in a little bit, but this gonna need to find some real good stuff for this to pay off. Because again, this is all out of logic. The rest of our runners probably will not come here until they receive Various Suit. Oh, can he get the health? Oh, just in time.
Oh,
all right.
Just barely getting that.
Now we are gonna see Raikou, having acquired the boots, got the big key, and the hammer in desert.
Oh, there's Hammer. So yeah, we've got Dark World access now.
Yes, hammer and gauntlets. All right. Way too early to say anyone has a lead, but Raikou, with a lot of early progression, has access to a lot more of the map than the rest of our runners do.
And of course, with this, that also means that the Speen and Aga Seed is dead.
Yes! Raikou finally getting the first sword up there on the ledge that we knew about for quite a while. Not going to go into... Oh, I'm going to check Agina first.
He doesn't have a fire source.
Oh, still doesn't have the fire source. That's right. He did not find the fire rod in Red Tower, correct?
Yeah. He's still missing out on that, unfortunately.
And none of our players have found the lamp yet.
The Mountain and Ancient Gamer, who checked out X-Ray.
So Leno went in, checked speed boost, didn't find anything interesting in the speed boost spot. Has to refarm some health to get out of here safely.
I'm probably gonna go check Gold Mount Reserve. Those are some good items to check as well.
We're getting Raikou going into the back of Escape. I don't know that we've seen these. Kirito may have done them and I may have missed it. Ice Beam!
Ooh, that's good. He did get a key there, which means there's just one more item, and it's at Crossroads.
And it looks like we're going to get a dark navigation of the Dark Cross.
This side of getting to Crossroads is not as bad as the other side because you have less snakes to deal with. It's mostly just rats.
And Leno finds Gravity Suit with the Hell Run.
Oh, that's good. That is a good find. Now,
So
if he manages to keep it, that'll be even better.
Yes. Chat saying Raikou is able to navigate every dark room in the game. Leno may have a problem. Leno's gonna have to farm life the long way here. Oh no, do another Crystal Flash.
When in doubt, Crystal Flash.
These 4 restreamed runners we are watching are putting on a show this evening, everybody. Kirito gonna go ahead and do Spore Spawn real quick. Not feeling comfortable with the Spore Spawn skip, but again, putting on a good show. So remember, give all these runners a follow if you like what you're seeing. We're watching 4 great runners. Mind of me linking in the chat there, thank you.
Because let me tell you, seeing someone fight Spore Spawn on here is a rarity. And we saw there, Lenofa's got another sword upgrade, so that's 3 right now.
So Leno's Hell runs, somewhat paying off.
I'd say out of all this, the Gravity Suit would be the biggest here, but also, you know, getting that sword as well.
Yeah, so potential for Tempered Sword already from our runners. We know about 3 sword locations.
Ancient Gamer going to be getting his Moon Pearl here.
Spore Spawn is down, so Kirito will go the back way to get this Super Missile Pack we saw our runners achieve earlier. Leno needs to do it in a hurry. Oh, that was close.
Oh, that was really close.
Had to do a gate glitch.
Doesn't have to worry too much about this room because there's an energy refill room right next door. And he's good to go. Gonna go fight Croc. Everyone's favorite Melty Croc.
So apparently Leno forgot that we are not on a hard seed tonight. For those of you who may not have watched very much or may be wondering, there is a hard mode to this. It does not change anything in Link to the Past. However, in Super Metroid it requires some tougher tricks, including Hell Runs and Suitless Meridian, things like that. So Leno apparently treating this just like a hard seed and going Suitless Norfair on us tonight. So again, very entertaining run so far.
It's like, in some cases, old habits die hard.
Always good to stay in practice, I suppose.
Nothing too exciting behind Croc, but, you know, never hurts to have more super missiles.
Alright, Ancient Gamer, finding their gauntlets.
Also, Lenofis was staying over there for a little bit longer because while Crocomire is melting on screen there, he does lag a bit, so he's saving on the frames as best he can.
So Zombie Croc will appear, and then realize, wait, I'm dead. And
Trouble.
Enough of that.
So let's see if there's anything good behind Crocomire, or rather past him.
4 checks down here, I believe. There's the first.
The other two's in the Sineway room, the Grapple Beam room, and I think the spot what many people call the Indiana Jones item.
Yes.
Thankfully, this room's not heated.
And thanks to Space Jump, normally requires speed boost or some very interesting infinite bomb jumping or of the like, but Space Jump making navigation through much of Super Metroid much easier for our runners. Alright, one last room to check. Raikou making their way to King Zora. And gonna be disappointed, I imagine.
Man, 500 rupees for super missiles? That's whack.
Especially when the runners, if they find Charge Beam, already having Plasma, Raikou already having Ice, I'm going to be very disappointed.
So yeah, not a whole lot back here, but hey, another E-Tank. Getting him that much closer to being able to pull off the stand-up glitch if he ever finds Charge Beam.
Yes.
Okay, given Raiko's loadout, I'd say best bet for him is to head for Village of Outcasts. Which I think that's his plan after checking Sick Kid here.
Yes. The only one of our runners so far to have Dark World access. I would be surprised if that is not the play as well.
Let's see. Now if this is all done with this, I wonder if he's going to head to Meridia next, since he's got Gravity Suit.
Yeah, I mean, continue the autologic checks. I have to imagine at some point Leno wants to get back on logic, but...
Oh, we're getting a pet check here. Big bada boom. I think that's just power bombs.
I believe that is power bombs as well. Yep.
So, head is dead. I mean, if Aga's gonna be dead, might as well have Petseed be dead too.
And Ancient Gamer forgets to have grabbed the big key. Just one room away. There it is.
You don't have Titan Mitts there, Raiko. You can't go back there.
Oh, the luxuries of the long way around for our Dark World City Village of Outcast checks. And there's Ancient's hammer.
And just an extra 5 arrows for the chess game.
We get the bombable hut as well as the C-shaped house still. But right into Thieves Town we go. Alright, our first item of 4 found in Thief Town was bombs. There's the big key. We'll see how many items are in the back of Thieves Town. There's 4 chests in the front here. And then
One of
4
them
more
was always
small.
going to be the big key, by the way.
Yes.
Because you need the big key to actually progress any further in.
And then we have the map and the compass as well as some small keys potential. Speaking of the map. And super missiles. Alright. So half of our items have been found here in Thieves Town. Of course, it is a pendant dungeon. So, or I'm sorry, crystal dungeon. So it will be required to beat blind.
It's a bit scary having only 6 hearts, but he's got blue tunic, so he'll be okay. So long as he doesn't get hit too much.
And was Raikou one of the ones that got the Staff of Burna?
Yes.
Okay. So he can use staff strats as well. Has half magic. So in fact, using staff throughout much of the fight will probably be a likely strategy here. We are getting our first clear of Desert Palace by Ancient Gamer, who did have the Fire Rod.
Something's happening on Kirito's end. Oh, wait.
Maybe having some connection issues.
Yeah, I think he's still racing, just a little bit of a bad connection on his stream. There's a heart piece on this upper chest here.
So 3 of the items have been found in Thieves Town. Ancient Gamer is the first to clear Desert Palace. Oh, I missed what was on the ledge from Leno. Must not have been very good because Leno's not going for it.
I'm rechecking the restream here, and it's just missiles.
Okay. Another check of the Dark World map, which we saw before.
I just went into that portal just to see what was on the Dark World map.
It appears so. Hype Cave check time. I think this is our first one. Ancient Gamer hooking us up. Let's get hype, chat.
Is this gonna be hype or is this gonna be meh? It's not starting off good with just missiles.
There's the lamp
there's lamp.
and the bow and
Oh!
Valia. Oh!
Oh, that was a very good hype cave.
Those are three huge items. I give it at least a 9. I think you could give it a 10 if you wanted. That is a hype cave.
So with that, we've got Eastern and Pod open up.
Absolutely. And Varia suit. So that's the Varia that is required to get Leno to where what has already been done. Raikou making quick work of Blind. The last item just being a piece of heart.
Now, granted, Pod is a pendant dungeon, but there's still quite a lot of items in Pod.
Absolutely. Yeah, 5 item checks, I believe. Lamp was the other item. Lamp, bow, Varia. Chat agreeing with me, 9 or 10 on the hype cave.
Oh, 6 items in Pod.
Oh, 6 items in Pod. My apologies.
By the way, Lenofis just got his flippers from the first chest in this escape sequence.
Mind is saying I was right. 5 items, 6 keys. And nothing else real exciting in the Village of Outcasts. But into Pod we go for Ancient Gamer. So now we know where both suits are at. At this point, we're really looking for Titan's Mitts.
Yeah, Titan Mitts, Mirror.
If we find Titan Mitts and Mirror, depending on what pendants are required, these runners could be in go mode already. We know where almost all the key link to the past items are.
Raika doing the digging minigame here.
One of the trackers putting out Ice Rod because Turtle Rocket is required.
Yeah, Ice Rod too.
Sorry, what was on digging minigame? I'm sorry about that. I cut you off.
It was just extra arrows.
Ah, but a quick dig it looked like. Didn't make them do 30 digs.
And what does old Stumpy have? Oh, screw attack!
Alright. That's gonna make things a lot quicker in Super Metroid.
Especially for Lower Norfair, because Space Jump and Screw Attack make Lower Norfair a breeze.
For those of you not familiar with Super Metroid, any non-boss enemy dies to Screw Attack in one hit. So it makes navigation of all the nasty pirate rooms very simple.
Yeah, it's hard to argue which would be worse, like going through Lower Norfair without Screw Attack or Space Jump. And honestly, I think it'd be hard to get through Lower Norfair without Space Jump. Because yeah, you could kill the enemies in one hit, but the worst room in the game, you gotta get past that like weird lip on the wall.
Yes.
And also that one room past Skull Chorizo too.
Yeah, a couple of really nasty rooms to try to navigate without Space Jump, indeed. Infinite bomb jumping is a miserable way to have to do it, but sometimes it's what must be done. But thankfully, our runners do not have to worry about that today.
Provided all the runners... Well, actually, they do have Space Jump. Whether or not they actually go to get Screw Attack is another thing. But then again, Stumpy's a pretty quick check to do while you're in the Village of Outcasts.
I'd be surprised if all our runners don't find it at some point.
Enough is going for X-Ray here. I guess since he has Plasma, he figures, okay, I'm probably going to be finding Charge Beam at some point, so it's probably good to get this now. So I think by normal logic, the game expects you to have Charge Beam before you fight Ridley.
That is correct. Yeah. Even though enough supers can do it, God forbid you run out of supers and missiles, and I think we're gonna get a fake flipper check from Leno here.
Yeah, it looks like he said. Oh, why does he need to do that? He's got flippers. You don't need to do that, Leno. You've got flippers.
I believe that's what was being attempted there, but as you mentioned, Leno.
Like, it didn't even matter if he got it or not. He's got flippers. Fake actual flippers.
Wonder how long until Leno realizes it. Probably when he doesn't swim over this.
Yeah. He's probably still gonna do the fake flipper strat while in here.
Leno's just showing off now, I think. Yep. Yeah, Leno is... That was a fake flipper jump.
And we've got Raiko and Ancient Gamer both in pod right now, while Kirito's going through Blue Brinstar right now.
I saw power bombs as one of the items Ancient Gamer found. I should probably be watching a little more closely because there are a lot of potentially good items in here. So far, nothing exciting though. There's a missile pack.
Still got the big key chest here.
And just a heart piece. So the key item that Raikou needs to find, that the rest of our runners have found, or a couple of runners have found, is that fire rod.
Which, as we all remember, is on Alpha Power Bombs.
So just hasn't checked Blue Bryn yet. Wait, but has the silvers.
Algernon brings up a point. Having Fire Rod does open up pod.
Yep. Never went up Red Tower. So. No Titan's mitts yet.
Ancient Gamer moved a little too quickly with wanting to do that Pegasus bonk there to get to the ledge. He's got to just position himself just right.
Got it.
There he goes.
And Wreck Ship is in logic, as chat's mentioning, because the runners have space jump. Yep. I think most of our runners were trying to find some number of suits or a few more E-tanks before going to fight Fantoon.
Yeah. Various suit does make the fight a little less scary, but I think it just reduces the damage you take from physical contact with Fantoon, but not so much the fireballs. And I think Gravity Suit reduces the damage on those.
Gotcha.
Now, the only major item they'd be missing out for doing a full clear of Wreck Ship would probably be Speed Booster, because there is one item in the attic past the Chozo Bowling Alley that requires Speed Booster.
Yes, yep, there's a shovel from Leno.
Shovel.
And Speed Booster also help with Wreck Ship Reserve. Yeah, helps with a number of checks in Wreck Ship. But many times I've seen seeds where you go through the game with no Speed Boost. The Speed Boost you find in Ganon's Tower or something, because not technically required. So we got Leno doing the first one to check Eastern Palace here. But Leno doesn't have the bow yet. So poor Leno, who has not checked the Hype Cave, the really, really Hype Cave, is going to do all but Armos Knights, I'm going to guess.
Yeah. Of course, that shovel could lead to something good. Or it could also just lead to a garbage item.
And this is a required dungeon, so Leno will technically be double dipping in here. Kirito, whose stream appears to have regained some consistency, is on his way to fight Kraid.
Well, it looks like he's taking the moment to get some health back, and the very least, a little bit more super missiles. The Ancient Gamer needs to be careful here. He's on half a heart left.
Oh my. Thinking about what to... Oh, taking an intentional death? That felt like intentional. I don't know.
Yeah, I think you figured like, okay, this is a pendant dungeon. I don't need to full clear this.
I'm not sure if they counted their items or not.
He's thinking
very hard, making a decision somewhere. Magic powder.
Ooh, that's good.
Opens up another check. Alright, Ancient Gamer apparently deciding that they were not done and do need to defeat Helmasaur for an item.
Interesting decision on that end.
Well, let's remember, Ancient Gamer did take a very costly death in Super Metroid, where it cost a lot of progress.
So I guess he's probably thinking, I'm just going to play it safe and kill Helmasaur King.
Yeah, either lost track of items or needed to defeat Helmasaur and maybe thought, well, I can't do it on half a heart anyhow, so I'm just going to take a death here. Because these two runners, or Ancient Gamer is the only one without flippers now, and so has not found the red potion in the bottle from the hobo under the bridge. So I believe the rest of our runners still have that, and so have a luxury if they need it. Oh no! Raikou missed the first two shots, but Silver Arrows will take down Helmasaur's forehead in one shot.
And that's Pod down.
And it's just for a red rupee. Ancient Gamers is going to feel bad after this one.
It's for peace of mind.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, you don't want to leave it and, come back. And somebody's saying Butter Sword for Leno.
When did he get that sword upgrade? Wait, was it at... Oh, it was at Digging Spot!
It was at the dig spot!
Oh, so it did have a good item.
So, most of our runners have found 2 swords. Leno has found all 4 already. And Leno appears to be going towards Wreck Ship.
Yeah, he's got Gravity Suit.
Raikou's going to go clear pod. Or, sorry, just finish clearing pod. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah. As having Gravity Suit's going to make checking a lot of the areas here in Wreck Ship a little bit easier, since he doesn't have to worry about the whole bad water physics.
Yes. We'll see if our runners that have found Varia decide to go clear some of Norfair and find their own Gravity Suit. That was on the Wave Beam room, if I'm not mistaken, correct?
I believe so. Yeah, Gravity Suit was at the Wave Beam room.
We might be getting a catfish check. I think we're going to get a catfish check.
We had a pyramid check from Raikou, but I missed what the item was.
I believe it was just blueberries.
Okay. So nothing too important there.
Catfish, one of those out-of-the-way checks, but I've seen Titan's Myths here a number of times, so definitely worth a check. It's not as bad out of the way as, say, checking Check Tool, but which thankfully our runners have not found Grapple Beam yet, so no Check Tool in Logic right now. Just missiles.
Aw, that's sad. And see, they've got quite a number of dungeons up. We've already seen Desert Palace. That just has their necessary crystal and, of course, Hammer, which we've already gotten. They could do Tower of Hera and subsequently check to see what's on Ether Tablet there.
Yeah, I can get in the back way with Hammer. Yep.
And then there's also, of course, what the Armos Knights might have, but I think we already found all the items in Eastern Palace.
I remember seeing. Yes, it was. Yeah, it was a reserve tank on the big key, powder, and whatever was on. And shovel.
Shovel.
So yes.
So
Yep.
yeah,
So
just,
Armos Knight has to be defeated, but
no necessary item there. We don't know what's at Tower of Hera, though. No one's gone there just yet.
we are getting our first Fantoon fight from Leno.
There's also Skull Woods as well, but the only two that can really make use of that dungeon is Ancient Gamer and Lenophis, because they've both got Fire Rod.
Yes, Raikou is going to have to go back into Super Metroid and head down Red Tower at some point, because that is a very important checks to do, because Fire Rod is there. And Leno is just about done. One more super, or gonna have to do one more cycle.
I think he was about to do the. I think it was like trying to do a quick switch to supers while firing, but I think just missed it. Or maybe he was just playing safe.
Yeah, you definitely don't want to enrage Fantoon by shooting a super at it and not killing.
I could say a number of times I've had it where I think I've got him, and he's like, but he gets like one missile hit away from being dead. And I hit him with the super missile, and he's in rage mode. It's not
Wastes
fun.
about, what, 20 seconds, 30 seconds, sits at the top of the screen and just spirals a blue flame.
Yeah, I'd say about like 20 seconds.
Alright, we're going to get our wreck ship checks here.
First to the right side here. Heart container, not bad. Could definitely use more health.
Yeah, our Zelda runners are not high on life. That's for sure. Leno up to 6 E-tanks here in Super Metroid, so doing just fine there.
If he gets one more, he'll be at the bare minimum for doing the stand-up glitch.
And if this race is close, the time saved on stand-up glitch could be the difference. Alright, Bunk Cave from Kirito. Somebody may have checked this earlier. I just don't remember seeing what it was.
I think Raiko checked it first.
All the runners have had boots for long enough. I figured somebody had checked it, and it couldn't have been anything significant. Otherwise, chat would have let us know.
So he's going to be heading to back of escape and get his ice beam.
What do we got?
Just room. Big 20. Not worth keeping.
No, so Leno did save there, because if it didn't find an item they liked back there, it's much quicker just to reset and jump back to this save room and head up to the attic from here. So both of our runners that we saw do Palace of Darkness are now doing Eastern Palace. And both of these runners, having found the bow already, are going to be able to complete the dungeon. So they're going to find all 3 items before they get to Armos Knights, but they're going to go ahead and complete Armos Knights because they need that crystal.
In regards to that, Raiko is in a bit of the lead here. He's got 2 crystals already, and as well as Kraid defeated.
Yes, I think it's safe to say that Raikou has a small lead.
I'm almost curious to think of what we might find next that'll be important. Because I know the very suit we got will lead them to Gravity Suit, which I think in turn means that something good's going to be in Meridia.
That's what the logic would dictate. I can agree with that, yeah.
Unless we find something here in Wreck Ship.
And Leno making those jumps look so easy. Oh
It's
my
not.
goodness. It is
It
not
is
at
not
all.
easy.
If I don't have speed boost, I don't do that. I can't do that check or spring ball. I can do it, but it's just not time effective for me to do it. That was impressive. Leno, again, like I mentioned earlier, putting on a show. All these runners have been very impressive.
I missed that shot to check to see what's that item in the sky here. The heart piece.
And in the maze, look like a
20.
rupee. All right. We're gonna get a. Oh, go ahead.
I was just saying the graphics for some items will look a bit weird given the current palette for the room.
Yes. Yeah. Some notably, I believe the green potion looks very red. If you happen to find it in Super Metroid. Well, Ancient Gamer just made quick work of Armless Knights. Again, remember, all of our runners have found silver arrows, so things like Armless Knights take 1 silver arrow per night. So piece of cake.
Granted, Kirito and Lenofus have not been to Hype Cave, so neither one of them have bow. It's particularly bad for Kirito since he's in Eastern Palace right now, which means he's going to have to double dip.
Yes, just as Leno has already done. So, tough break for both those runners. Not as bad as some double dips, but still not great. All right, so we have bowling alley checks here to see if there's anything in Wreck Ship or if Wreck Ship was a bust.
We saw what the top of Bowling Alley has, and nothing important, and some super missiles, which Lenofus is going to grab.
Yes, still hasn't found Charge Beam yet. So at this point, all our runners are probably grabbing every super missile pack they can find. My guess is that whichever one of the runners was that left the ones on the dam will get them at some point, probably when they go back to they don't have to reopen Swamp Palace. So maybe if they're in the vicinity, but yeah, having not found Charge Beam yet. And more super missiles under the sea.
Unfortunately, there was nothing all that grand here in Wreck Ship.
So
that
leaves Meridia, yes.
Yeah. Also, chat pointing out that Leno has beaten Kraid. So I guess that may just be like the tracker didn't really update.
Yeah, I know we were having connection issues and the tracker not wanting to update, but I think we got it all sorted out. There we go.
Yeah, there it is. Like, are we just gonna take this time to go see what that magic bat? This could be something good.
Apparently, Raikou did some sword slashes in Sahasrah's closet after finding another sword upgrade there. And Ancient Gamer, the last one to come down into escape, the last one to find the flippers. And what was the magic bat?
It was a reserve tank.
Womp womp. Well, at least Leno will not... Was it Leno that skipped grabbing the powder?
I believe so.
Yeah, I think it was Leno that skipped the powder, so no harm done. Oh, wait, not... No, everybody grabbed powder. No, nobody skipped powder this time. I think I'm thinking of the race from earlier. Somebody skipped powder. Because Kirito just found powder as the last item in.
Like I could be having to get that tempered though.
Oh wait! That's golds. That's
yeah.
fantastic. But we don't have speed booster.
So speed booster is required for this run.
All right.
Man, where's speed booster then?
Where indeed. All right, so speed booster is going to be required. We still need to find the ice rod, but we are between all four runners. We have seen most of the key items in the game.
Man, nothing here in Bomb Material Room. Man, where is it?
Well, there's still a number of checks in Meridia. As you mentioned, there's still Skull Woods.
Yeah, there's Skull Woods, there's Tower of Hera.
There's
They
still
could,
all of Lower Norfair, technically.
and they could go to Ice Palace if they wanted to.
Yeah, unfortunately, things like Speed Booster and Ice Rod could be.
Oh, no, wait, no. They can't go to Ice Palace because they don't have Titan Mitts. Never mind.
Oh, of course. Yeah, things like Speed Booster and Ice Rod and potentially another pendant. We have not seen Bombos yet. Could be required. We haven't got checks of either of the two pendant medallion dungeons, rather. So we could need another medallion like Bombos. And a lot of those items can be absolutely anywhere. We're going to get a wishing well check here from Leno in a moment.
Also known as the Watering Hole.
E-Tank and Swag Net.
Deciding to skip out on it.
And that is Leno's 7th E-Tank. So stand-up glitch is a possibility.
Provided he doesn't get hurt too much during the fight. And
Yeah.
or rather just getting up to it.
Yeah, it would take a near perfect entrance into Mother Brain with only 7, but I have to imagine our runners will find at least 1 or 2 more.
And plus he's got reserves too.
Oh, that's true. Can you fill it with the reserves? All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to get a save here from Leno, because Leno's probably going to be checking sand pits, and these sand pits take a long time to get back to check the second one after you fall through the first one. And so if Leno does not find anything good in a sand pit, we'll definitely see a reset here so that they can come back.
I think he's going to try to do a snail clip too.
And I think you're right. Yeah, having Ice Beam, I think we're going to see a snail clip. Normally you have to have Speed Booster for this. And did it get the right frame?
Oh.
Yes! And was it worth it?
There he goes.
No!
Oh, all that for bombs.
Again, that is a really impressive trick. I'm loving the show that our runners are putting on tonight. This has been just impressive all the way around.
Alright, snail clip on this first try. That is something.
Yeah. Ask many of our runners if they feel comfortable getting snail clip first try, and not many of them are going to tell you that they're going to get it.
And I just saw that there was Ice Beam here on the right sand pit.
What was there? I'm sorry?
There was Ice Beam on the right sand pit here.
The Ice Beam? Or Ice...
Ice Rod.
Ice Rod was on the right sand pit.
Yeah, sorry.
Right.
And I think he's gonna do another clip here to go check Shack Tool. Interesting play here. Oh, he's almost got it.
Oh, too high.
Think so. Gonna have to try again.
We have Raikou fighting Fantoon, and if you want to see what Fantoon does when he's enraged, we just missed the end of it, but Raikou accidentally enraged Fantoon.
And Lenofis got the clip. So here is Shack Tool.
All right.
Favorite digging robot.
So if there's anything of progress found back here, Leno is just swagging on us today. Who clips to check Shack Tool? Nobody but Leno, I would say. But again, remember, if Leno does find a progress item back here, which
It is incredibly out of logic if he does.
yes, because it would absolutely need grapple beam. The only way this is in logic is with grapple beam, and we have not seen hide nor hair of that. I think Leno just wanted to swag on us tonight. And this is not going to be an easy room to get out of without Spring Ball.
Granted, he's probably just going to save and quit.
Oh, accurate, yeah.
So yeah, just missiles at check tool.
And Raikou enraged Phantoon for the second time. Just about done with the fight.
It looks like he was just one missile short of actually killing Phantoon here. Yep, one missile short.
We got another pod check by Ancient Gamer, just for peace of mind. Did Leno not grab the ice rod? Or did we just not have it marked?
No, he's probably going to grab it on his way out. Since
on the way out of here, yep. Because without speed boost, can't go further in this way to get to Dragon.
Not unless he plans on doing another ice clip, which I think
that Bombos?
he's probably good. That was a red shield.
Oh, red shield. Okay.
What is this other one?
Charge beam. Okay.
There's charge beam.
I think our runners are gonna want that and keep that. And while he's here, may as well grab red shield.
It's right there. Might as well grab it. And
If you're not
Kirito
gonna
gets his fire rod.
All right, Kirito finds the fire rod. So again, remember, Raikou would be really in the hunt here if they would only go check Red Tower. Maybe after coming out of Wreck Ship, we'll get a Red Tower check. And we're going to see Skullwoods out of Ancient Gamer, or we're in the process of seeing Skullwoods out of Ancient Gamer. As someone in chat pointed out, Microwave using Charge Beam, X-Ray, and Plasma to do some quick kills on some bosses is now available. Most notably Dragon, probably.
Imagine Lenofis is going to be using the back entrance into Meridia once he gets over there, but I won't necessarily say he's probably going to go there immediately. He's probably going to do a few other checks before getting to that back entrance.
I would imagine so. Knowing that they have to come back to Meridia with Speed Boost to get Titan's Mitts, I don't think our runners are going to be in a huge hurry just to rush to the back way into fight Dragon.
And also Algernon, that is close. It's 3 bosses: Dragon, Botchwoon, and Phantoon.
Yes, Phantoon can be microwaved.
Golden Chorizo cannot be microwaved. He can be hit twice from the charge beam, but not microwaved.
And Ancient Gamer is boss rushing through here in Skullwoods.
Now, one interesting note about Phantoon, if you try to do the initial hit with Charge Beam, he's just going to just disappear. You have to hit him with the missiles first so that he's flying around, and then you can microwave him.
So Leno's going to find the hammer. This will likely lead Leno to a little bit of sword slash in there, frustrated by that late check.
Or alternatively, very happy to see it.
Either way, hard to say. It's not Oh, go ahead, Ancient Gamer fighting Mothula.
Everyone's favorite boss in this. This is not a fun fight, and the lag does not help.
Oh, down to 1 heart. Use that red potion. All right.
He's using that red potion.
Remember, if you knock him into the spikes, it doesn't do anything because he's immune to spike damage. There we go.
Yeah, there we go.
Just the map, so they're going to have to do some more item checks to find the 2 items in Skullwoods.
But he's got the crystal, and that's all that matters. So that's 3 crystals for them, and Raiko's also got 3 crystals.
Raikou doing those tough little jumps to find out that there's just a piece of heart back here. Or a heart piece, rather.
Our container.
Heart container.
Nuffus, meanwhile, is I think he'll be finishing up Desert Palace here. See how well he does in this.
Again, has Butter Sword, so it's going to make quick work here. Some of our runners made use of Fire Rod, which also kills in 2 hits. Silver Arrows, if you have access to them, which Leno doesn't have the bow, kill each of these in 1 hit.
Yeah, granted he's got Butter Sword, he doesn't need to charge up since the Sword Slashes will do max damage either way. I guess, like, Spin Attack does have bigger range than just the Sword Slash.
You can sometimes hit 2 at once. Yep. Alright. Raikou's into the bowling alley.
Gonna be able to take a nice coffee break here.
Kirito fighting Fantoon. Ancient Gamers working on all the item checks in... Needs to set that block down. Having problems getting the block on the switch. Alright, there we go. But doing the checks in Skullwoods, looking for those 2 items. There's one of them, just a red rupee. Leno gonna do the magic powder check.
No, you're pretty disappointed on getting the item here.
Absolutely. Leno will be excited or frustrated or both once they make their way to Hype Cave. That's where
Kirito took a death on Fantoon.
Oh no.
Then again, he's fighting Fantoon with no Various suit.
And no gravity, no Varia, and only 4 E-tanks. So definitely the hardest Fantoon fight out of any of the ones our runners have done this evening that we're watching. Raikou making the slow check under the sea. Or not even going to check under the sea.
He already checked it.
Oh, or checked it coming in. Gotcha.
Yeah.
But again, no gravity yet. The only person who found gravity so far is Leno, who did a hell dive to get gravity out of logic. And down to Red Tower. Yes! Alright, Raikou's going to get the Fire Rod.
And should be happy to see that. Lenofis, like Ancient Gamer and Raikou, is going to be checking Pedestal. And just to see, oh, okay, it's just Power Bombs. We're getting a bumper ledge check here just for 20 rupees, so nothing important there.
So at this point, we know where Ice Rod's at. We just need... What do we really need? Do we need Mirror?
We need Mirror, or,
No, the Swamp Palace is not required.
Yeah.
So
we do need Speed Booster because we need that to get Titan Mitts.
That's right. Okay, so we need Speed Booster for Titan's Mitts, and then we potentially need Bombos because we still haven't seen either medallion for dungeon access.
Yeah.
So, but we are very close to some no mode going on.
Pretty fast seed, all things considered.
Yeah, I mean, we're about an hour and a half in, and we need to know 1 item guaranteed and potentially a medallion, but odds are not necessarily. So,
because if both dungeons just need Quake, they're in the bag.
Yeah, well, and Lenofis has found both Quake and Ether. So, anything but Bombos, and they're in good shape for dungeon access.
I think Raikou is going to be going into Norfair and check Bubble Mountain.
We'll be very happy to have done so.
Of course, in Kid's case, he won't have to take all the risks that Lenofis did. But then again, Lenofis knew what he was doing.
Yes, and was somewhat rewarded. Put that gravity suit to good use to get Wreck Ship out of the way.
No, Bombos is not on pedestal. That's a
Power bomb.
power bomb. Yeah. I'm trying to think what Bombos' flavor text is when if it's on.
Someone in chat mentioned a swirly coin.
Oh, so the flavor text is just swirly coin?
I'm not sure of the exact text, but Algernon in chat is saying that it's something like about a swirly coin.
An explosive swirly coin.
Algernon is saying it's swirly coin, bolt coin, and wavy coin are the descriptions for the 3 different medallions.
I thought no, like because I remember the flavor text for from Quake is like maxing out the Richter scale.
Okay, and Sirio is saying that it's burn baby, burn the ring of fire. So either way, I don't think I think we're pretty confident that it is just a power bomb on Ped.
We are getting an ether tablet check here. Oh, just missiles. That's
and there is Butter Sword for Raikou.
It's probably thinking, oh man, Butter Sword already? Jeez. We got a Tower of Hera play here.
We have not seen Tower of Hera yet, so alright. 50-50 chance as to whether or not they're going to have to take another coffee break here. We'll find out from this chest right up here. If it's a big key, we're good. If it's not, then into the basement we go.
Yep, into the basement.
We mentioned another coffee break because in this room down here, the floor tiles attack, and until all the floor tiles attack, you can't leave. And so, and you can do a cute little trick where you get stuck in the blocks and are invincible.
Now, alternatively, if you didn't manage to pull that trick off and you have cape, you can do the cape strats for this room. It's just a matter of turning on cape, grabbing the wall, and just wait. Because for some odd reason, if you're holding onto a wall or just like holding onto anything while you're using cape, it will not drain magic.
That's interesting. I don't know that I knew that.
Yeah, it's a neat little trick to save up on magic. It's somewhat useful for the fight with blind. In that case.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Of course, it's also good for the tile room in Ganon's Tower too, since you could just turn that on and wait.
That makes sense.
Yeah, as Algernon points out, it's a commonly used trick for the GT tile room.
Okay. Well, the trip to the basement is done. Raikou finding that gravity suit, and Ancient Gamer making their way up the Tower of Hera. Alright, sir, you wouldn't found a clip. The Bombos Ped text was, "Burn baby burn, fear my ring of fire." Thank you for finding that clip for us and clarifying that.
I don't know why Raikou need to do a gate glitch to get past there.
Wanted to take a shortcut, I guess.
or maybe just swag strats.
Absolutely. Leno's done enough swag strats tonight. Everybody's getting in on the swag strats.
You can't be the only one doing them here. Okay, we have not found any items in here, so that means the big chest and Moldorm's gonna have the last items.
Alright. There's a good chance, I wouldn't say a good chance, but there's definitely a chance that one of these items is our speed boost.
Well, that's not one of them. That's just a big 20. Raiko's currently getting some much-needed energy bank back and some ammo too.
And we have Tempered Sword here for Ancient Gamers, so this will be a very quick Moldorm fight.
Yep,
Should be, anyhow.
Just one spin attack and one slash ought to do it.
And there it is.
If he didn't have, like, a Master Sword, or even a sword for that matter, 3 hammer hits will do it for Moldorm, and he'll never go in Rage mode.
That is much easier than fighting with Fighter Sword. Absolutely.
It's definitely a strat I fall back on.
Yeah, definitely one that if you're trying to run the game, good to get comfortable with, because once you get used to the pattern of Moldorm and can confidently hit the tail with that small, awful hammer hitbox, it does make the fight much easier.
We do have Raiko going right into Lower Norfair after getting that gravity suit.
And Leno just powdered an anti-fairy to save their life.
Yeah, that magic powder is a good safety item to have, and I think Raiko's thinking, okay, wait a minute, I need to save first in case there's nothing good behind Golden Chorizo.
That must be the line of thinking there, yeah.
Because even if there's like nothing, if there's nothing good on Golden Chorizo, like past the space jump required item and the one above where he is, he could use a gate glitch to go check to see the item past Golden Chorizo, as well as get into the mire area.
Yes. Yeah, and so we may not be far off from our first mire check to see what pendant's going to be required to get in there. And decided not even going to go for...
I think what he's going to do is he's going to do the skate glitch, go through the door, and kind of like save his point right there. But like while checking
and
mire.
Then if they need to go back and do the space jump room, they can reload the save maybe.
Yeah.
That's probably a good idea. It's very rare that anything is required on that space jump room. And we're not even going to check a Golden Chorizo right now. We're just going to go into mire.
And mire is Bombos.
Oh no! Our worst nightmare. The one medallion that we have not found yet is required. So
of course, it might be in here in Mire Shed.
It might just be here, or this could turn into the hunt, the cape, and speed boost. Oh, what a shed!
So that gives us access to Titan Mitts now.
But Raikou does not know that, has not been to Meridia yet. But when they finally do go to Meridia, we'll be very happy for that.
At least we know where Lenophis needs to go to now.
So now, unfortunately, that could have potentially been no mode for us, except for the fact that at the exact same time, we basically found out that the one medallion we don't know the location is needed. So this race has just become the hunt for Bombos.
Well, there's the red meringue.
Yep, just a red meringue behind the space jump room. And an E-tank up here above Golden Chorizo.
He is going to take that. He's got plenty of super missiles, so he can just like lay waste into Golden Chorizo.
Well, it doesn't have Charge Beam yet. The only one to find Charge Beam in the sand pit is Leno, so... but
it's
yeah.
all good.
And Leno doing some digging. Gonna be disappointed to find a bomb capacity upgrade after a lot of digs.
I think while he's down there, he might as well deal with Ridley too, because you don't want to double dip Lower Norfair.
No, not at all. Looks like they're going to farm some super missiles here. The quickest place to farm them is with these enemies and screw attack. Because the drop rate on the respawning enemies in the room before Ridley is not real high, so... And Kirito looks like trying to get up to that heart container without speed, but with the spikes there, that is not going to be a task that they're going to achieve, at least very easily. Oh! Oh, had it!
Ah.
So even Kirito trying to swag some stuff for it.
Enough is going to the very hype cave.
Did we get a reaction out of Leno? Nope. No frustration reaction.
He might drop a bomb. There's some frustrated slashes.
I spoke too
You
soon.
had 3 of the items I needed.
Blames it on the monster in there. So alright. So did Leno not grab that ice rod, or did we not get it marked? I can't remember. I don't remember.
He didn't pick it up because most likely he's going to grab it on his way out after dealing with Dragon.
Oh, do Dragon and then head back and grab it on the way out. Okay, yes, that's right.
And Gamer's now taking on Blind. It's going to be an easy fight for him given that he's got blue mail on.
And one more hit. Remember, Blind is 3 hits per phase. I missed the Mickey Mouse room. Raikou just checked it.
It was a heart container.
Ah.
And he surprisingly did not pick it up. Probably think he's got more than enough health right now.
I mean, looking at Leno's screen, up to 10 heart containers, that should be enough. They found blue mail. Chances are they may find red mail at some point. Raikou being very safe in the acid room here. Do not want to fall.
To make you lose progress and lose life.
Yes.
Just like Ancient Gamer and Raikou, he's going to be going through Pod here and be very disappointed on the item loadout here.
Absolutely, yeah. Right now, he knows where Leno needs to find that speed boost to get Titan's Mitts, and he is the only runner to know that that is what needs to happen. So definitely hoping to find speed boost and not going to find it. And is not going to find the one tablet that they're missing, and we'll come to find out that that is the tablet they really need. So we are at an interesting point right now.
Because we've checked Eastern Palace, we've checked Tower of Hera. We can get to Ice Palace, but one of the runners, and in this case Raikou, needs to get Titan's Mitts and go into Ice Palace if he wants to. But we could find what we need in Misery Mire too.
Yes. If we can find that Bombos tablet.
No, wait a minute. We're looking for Bombos. Bombos wouldn't be in Misery Mire. What am I thinking?
No, Bombos can't be in Mire. Yeah, so really the only... Oh, go ahead.
I was thinking the only other place I could think of right now that they would be best place to check is Turtle Rock. And that's if that one isn't Bombos locked either.
Yes. I mean, there's still a number of checks here in Lower North Ferry. Ridley, the Firefly E-Tank, the Spring Ball Maze, so a number of checks on the way out here. So we're going to get some more checks here shortly. Maybe Ridley's just hiding it.
Well, I mean, this is a very fiery place. It would probably make sense if Bombos was down here.
Absolutely, it would fit the theme. Ancient Gamer did find Ether here in Crumble Tower.
Whether or not Ether is going to be required for getting into Turtle Rock, we'll see soon enough. Well, hopefully.
It would be interesting if they have to dip into Turtle Rock and as much as complete Turtle Rock to find Bombos to go back to Meyer. We know that that is
it was a quick Ridley fight there for Raikou.
Yeah, took a lot of damage, took a lot of hits, but was getting the aggressive shots in for sure.
Like I don't think he missed any of his missile shots there.
And just a shield that Raikou didn't grab. Oh, as someone is mentioning, as our trackers, Waterway is a possibility now that Speed Boost has been acquired. Pardon me, by Raikou. So they could go back into Pink Bryn and do that very out of the way check.
And there's also that that one speed booster required spot that's in the that main elevator shaft just before Old Mother Brain.
Oh yes, yeah. The Criteria Supers. Croc has been checked. When Leno did his hell runs, Leno did Croc.
Yeah, there wasn't anything important at Croc. And also, Speed Booster was in Meyer Shed.
Speed Booster was in Meyer Shed, yep. So Raikou is the only one to have found that so far. Ancient Gamer didn't check those missiles from the backside. Could have saved himself a few seconds. Ancient Gamer gets the Butter Sword. So 3 of our 4 runners have the Butter Sword. And Kirito has not found that very yet, it doesn't look like. So probably not going to get the Butter Sword for a little bit longer.
The Ridley Statue Room just has supers, sadly.
Alright, so Bombos is still eluding us. And again, Bombos is one of those items in the game be absolutely anywhere, basically. We know it can't be in Misery Mire, but other than that, just about any check is live.
Well, there's Grapple Beam.
The only thing Grapple Beam opens up is Shek Tool, which, thanks to a cute clip from Leno, we know is not required. But Raikou might be grabbing it.
Oh yeah, he is going for it. But you're not taking any chances here. It's like, okay, we know we need Bombos.
Yes.
It could be over there.
Yeah, Raikou realizing that the only runner to realize right now that we need Bombos, and as a tablet it could be anywhere, and so grabbing that to ensure that they don't have to go do Shek Tool.
And as the Spirit points out, while he doesn't have Charge Beam, it does give him access to another quick kill option with Dragon.
Ah, yes, my favorite option. That is my favorite way to kill Dragon, is just a real simple grapple the turret and take care of old Dragon.
Because honestly, who wants a microwave shrimp? I'd rather have it fried.
Haha. Now, Raikou does have to be careful here. Running low on energy, and these red enemies deal a ton, but Screw Attack takes care of them effectively.
Key Hunters is what they're called.
Key Hunter. I knew the name and it just was escaping me. Thank you.
They can be pretty sneaky sometimes, because while they will get stuck trying to get down, there have been a few points where they will get down and swoop at you.
Yes, you will get ambushed by the Key Hunters, and it will lead to quick death. Even with Gravity and Varia, they hurt.
Because I think even with that on, they do 80 damage.
That sounds about right, yeah.
So Raikou just now out of Lower Norfair, probably gonna head to Meridia, I would think.
I would expect so. I mean, they could bet on Croc. We might be going down to Croc.
Yep. Or no. He's deciding against it.
Juked us out. Not going to Croc. All right. We know that's a good decision. Yeah, Various Suit was in Hype Cave along with the bow and the lamp. So a very hype cave today.
Or you know what? I think he's going to be checking Ice Beam and then Crumble Tower and then subsequently routing in Crocomire.
It does look like that was the decision that they made. Yep. Realizing that it was probably a good idea to just do these checks if they're going to head to Croc anyways. So going to be pleasantly surprised when they find Ether probably, because who knows, could still be required. Ancient Gamer decides just to go the way of the Acid Pit here to get to Golden Terizo.
Kirito finally getting his hammer.
Yep. Running a little behind, but overall, making those key checks. And down to Crocmire. Now, what is Leno doing? So Leno now has the Varia. Has done most of these checks.
I think he's going to go to Lower Norfair.
Oh yeah, I guess without any other way to get there, this is the quickest way. Alright, so Croc is just about done. Ancient Gamer on the way to Ridley.
And we got two of our runners here in Lower Norfair.
And another one in another area of Norfair. Lanmola going down on Kirito's screen. And Ancient Gamer says, enough is enough. I want to know what's in the Misery Mire shed. And are they ever going to be happy about this check? The cape's okay, but this is the good one right here. There is that speed booster for Ancient Gamer. And quick work made of Golden Terizo. So Ancient Gamer is very close. Essentially, as soon as Ancient Gamer finds Speed Boost, they know where Titan's Mitts are at, and they know where the Ice Rod is at, and now they know that they need Bombos. So short of Bombos, Leno's got everything needed.
And Raika doing the smart thing here and resetting after seeing like there's nothing else down here.
Yes. Don't waste your time for items that you don't really need. Grab that save point and get the heck out of here. Head to Meridia. Because even though Leno knows where they're at, there's a good chance that Raiko is the first one to acquire those Titan's Mitts. And Kirito making their way through Tower of Hera. So let's not forget right now, Ancient Gamer has cleared 5 of the 7 crystal dungeons. Cannot clear Misery Mire until Bombos is found. And ideally, they'd like to save Turtle Rock for last because they can go right from Turtle Rock to Ganon's Tower that way.
Yeah. Raika looks like Raika's going to be making the Meridia play here since he's got Speed Booster now.
Excellent. Having the information that I have, I can approve that choice. Seems like a good idea.
It'll be very good for them since they'll be getting that Titan Mitts.
Yes. So it does appear that they're going to be the first to get the Titan's Mitts. And probably the first to beat Dragon, because may as well when they're this far. Love space jumping underwater. Real quick work. And fall back down when they see that. Let's go charge up a speed boost here. Ancient Gamer approaching Ridley. Leno not far behind. Alright, charge the speed boost right there. Stand on the plant. And boom! Titan's Mitts acquired.
I have found that one of the best ways to get the charge, if you don't want to waste super missiles and whatnot trying to get it, there is one ledge in that room that gives you just enough space to get in a Shine Spark if you do a short charge to do it.
Yes, yeah, if you feel comfortable short charging, and it's not a very difficult short charge, but there is that one ledge leading to the door that can get you there. Ancient Gamer using a bunch of missiles first because you do need 30 supers to kill Ridley, but came in with looked like 29, and so went ahead and shot a whole bunch of missiles into Ridley so that they have a little bit of luxury to miss a couple shots here. Taking the fight fairly safe, but they're getting there. Just about done. So 2 of our runners on that Ridley fight. And, uh-oh. Alright, there we go. I was going to say, did they run out? Because without Charge Beam, that would have been tough. In fact, Leno, making quicker work of Ridley, came in later and is through the Ridley fight first.
And gets that mirror shield.
And having found the 3rd shield upgrade, yes.
It's going to make Laser Bridge a lot easier for them.
Yes. Kirito looks like just defeated Moldorm.
Getting that all-important bloomerang.
I think more importantly that blue crystal. But yeah, gotta love the bloomerang. Alright, Raikou doing the Meridia checks. Finds the E-Tank and goes ahead and grabs the swag net. We got a tablet check there from Kirito as well. Right, we are probably going to see a quick save coming up, as Raikou will probably be checking both wells as well.
Now, I do hope he checks them before fighting Dragon, because if he goes to the left first, that means he's going to get Charge Beam. But I don't know, he doesn't have X-Ray, so it wouldn't
Doesn't
matter
have
if he
X-Ray, and does have grapple already, so there's a good chance they're just going to grapple strat. Remember, X-Ray was in the library, locked by Boots, so didn't feel a need to go back there. Maybe after they find Charge Beam, if they're in the vicinity, but at this point I doubt it. But left pit is first check. And I imagine that they will be grabbing Charge Beam and making their way back around. Yeah, you may want that. Yep.
So he sees that Charge Beam like, oh, I want that.
Good little jump. Those mid-air morph balls are not easy. Our runners are making them look so, but trust me, not the simplest things.
Especially if you're trying to do a mid-air morph ball jump.
Yes. Ancient Gamer also grabbing that grapple. Leno probably skipped over it.
Yeah, since he's already been to Shaktul, he knows it's not needed.
Yeah. And again, that's the only check it opens up because our runners have already acquired Space Jump. If they didn't have Space Jump, it opens up a couple of checks. But again, that was an early luxury our runners found. Clear back in Blind's hideout in Kakariko Village?
What?
Was it in the hideout in Kakariko Village?
What was?
Space Jump.
Yeah, I believe it was.
So our runners got it early and had the luxury of fairly easy movement through much of Super Metroid, thankfully.
Or wait, was it in the mini Molder Cave?
Oh, maybe you're right. Maybe it was that one. It was one of those early big check rooms. And Leno just doing what you mentioned. And boom, Titan's Mitts acquired.
Thankfully, he doesn't have to do too much here. He just needs to go right to Dragon.
Yep, has done most of these checks. Already did Mama Turtle Room. And really just wants to find that Bombos tablet either behind Dragon or in the missile check before Dragon.
Or in Plasma Beam.
Or in Plasma Beam. It's kind of out of the way, but wouldn't be a terrible spot. Definitely does not want to have to be diving into pendant dungeons looking for Bombos. Because that is the only item Leno needs for no mode. Knowing where that ice rod is at, just having grabbed it yet. And Raikou is grabbing that ice rod. So Raikou and Leno are basically in the exact same boat. And X-Ray Batun is dead just like that.
Now, granted, it is a tad bit slower in this case, because unless he's going to do a save quit here after checking Shaktul, it's best just to save picking this up after dealing with Dragon. Looks like he's not going to try going for the halfie here. For those that don't know, that if you're quick enough in getting that Shine Spark stored, you can actually pull off a Shine Spark across the room, getting about halfway.
That is a yeah. Well, and if I believe if you start it right at the top, you can go all the way across now. I believe they figured out how to do that. It's
Yeah.
more precise, but possible, I believe.
Yeah, because a lot of people thought at first it was going to be it was like a TAS only kind of maneuver. But now they figured it out.
They did. It's tough. It's tough regardless. Even the halfway is tough. And we are about to see microwave strats on Dragon, and just like that, Dragon is. Oh no! Oh, he
Almost
stopped it.
down.
Yep.
For those that don't know, microwaving is basically abusing the X-ray to refresh the boss's invulnerability frames so that they are constantly getting hit by the charge beam. As stated before, this strat only works on Dragon, Botwoon, and Phantoon.
All right. I missed it. Was anything good behind Dragon?
No, I don't believe so.
All right. So Leno is going to make their way out of Meridia using the right-hand sand pit to grab the ice beam, and then both Leno and Raikou, after Raikou defeats Dragon, are going to be on the hunt for Bombos.
I really hope it's not at Waterway.
Chat calling Bombos at Waterway. Yeah, I mean they may have to go make that check.
It's definitely one of those out of the way places that, like, if you don't check it, it's gonna really add time to your run because it's so out of the way.
It is not a desirable check to have to go make, but we'll see. And remember, Ancient Gamer just now doing Croc seems a little like they're a little behind where Leno who are at, but Ancient Gamer has more dungeons done. Eastern Palace is done, Tower of Hera done, so Ancient Gamer is still right in the hunt here as well for our restreamed runners. So
Raikou, interestingly, is not going to Dragon, but instead just
going back into Zelda, maybe gonna use the back way into Dragon?
I'm thinking that's the case. Although I think given that he's got Titans right now, he's gonna go check Super Bunny Cave and subsequently Hookshot Cave.
Oh yes, his Titans opens up a whole bunch of checks over here. And we're probably also gonna get a chance to see what our medallion on Turtle Rock is. As bad as Bombos at Waterway would be, I think Bombos on Laser Bridge would maybe be just as bad.
Yeah, nobody wants a required item on Laser Bridge.
I guess Ancient Gamer has not done Wreck Ship though, so Ancient Gamer may be a little farther behind than I alluded to. But again, having finished several dungeons, no small feat. So. Still a very close race, at least out of the restreamed runners we are watching. Hard to say how. Remember, there's a dozen runners tonight, and a lot of very good runners, including Hitaka, the world record holder. Zost is running tonight, so a lot of exciting action going on tonight. And speaking of Tower of Hera, a dungeon that Ancient Gamer has done, that's where Raikou's heading.
Yeah, unfortunately, he's gonna find out that he has to go do basement.
Yep, always kind of a bummer when you have to go do basement. I guess it's more of a bummer when you beat Moldorm and then find out you have to go to basement for the last required item. Ancient Gamer not able to get the quick kill on Kraid either, but I think had the quickest Kraid fight out of any of the runners. That was pretty good considering... Oh wait, had Ancient done this before and then... Was this part of when they died? Yes, that's right.
Yeah.
This is Ancient's second Kraid kill.
Because he lost all that progress earlier.
Yeah, to think if Ancient hadn't died in Metroid the first time around, they would probably be in a dead heat with Leno and Raikou in this race. I just happened to see Ancient Gamer heading right for the door, and then it dawned on me that they didn't check the item behind Kraid. Because they know what it is.
Yeah, they know it's garbage, don't gotta pick it up.
Now, Ancient might be the first one to check Waterway here, because they are closer than anybody else. Although, having not checked Meridian, I'm guessing we're going to get a Meridian checker.
Yeah, and Lenophis is closer to Waterway than anyone here.
And it looks like that's 100% where Leno is going. There's no other reason to go this way at this point in the game, unless you're checking Waterway. Has to do a gate glitch because the runners have not found Wave Beam yet. And trying to do it with regular missiles, which is a little bit tougher, because the blast radius of the missile is not as large, but makes it work. Basically what the runners are doing, that is a glitch. Basically, they're pointing Samus's gun through the gate with a jump towards the gate and firing off a missile, and it causes the explosion to go through the gate and trigger on the backside. All right, let's see if the people in chat who called it are correct. Wave Beam!
It's not Bombos, but that's still just as good.
So now, no more super missiles required. They have Leno has all the beams, and all the beams, including with charge, do a ton of damage to Mother Brain. And so, while it's not the check they were looking for, it's not a completely wasted check.
Yeah, that's still good.
It will still save time. In fact, it probably, I don't know if it makes up for all the time lost to come here just for that check.
Well, I think he's also going to route in that one room in that vertical shaft.
Yes, we haven't seen that either. We have not seen Criteria Supers, so we are going to see that. I believe Leno tried to make it earlier and almost died trying to get across the little yellow enemies there.
And so we got Raiko heading towards Turtle Rock. Probably going to see if he's got the medallions needed for this.
Yep, we're going to get him opening up Turtle Rock, or at least checking it. And just 20 rupees for Leno.
Aww.
Oh, Bombos again!
Wow, double Bombos for this run. So Quake and Ether are entirely useless for this run.
And Raikou obviously frustrated.
At the very least, he's going to check Super Bunny Cave and Hookshot Cave here.
Yes. So our runners graciously granted Quake and Ether fairly easily, fairly early, without too much of a hassle. And what is the only medallion required? Bombos.
So I guess that means like it's not going to be in Turtle Rock, so we still got to go find it.
As someone in chat pointed out earlier, this may be a dive-independent swamp. This thing could be anywhere.
Pendant Swamp wouldn't be too bad, all things considered, but that would mean we'd have to go find where Mirror is.
Oh, that's true. It could be locked behind Mirror for Pendant Swamp, yep. So if it is Pendant Swamp, that's going to be really trolly.
I read it. We haven't had a check. We haven't had a check with the King's Tomb yet.
Oh, that's a good point because we just got Titan's Mitts recently, and you have to have either Mirror or Gauntlets to check King's Tomb. That's a good spot.
And there's also Spike Cave here, which I think Raiko is going to head towards next.
Yeah, they've had access to this for a long time. Kana Burna was an early find.
Kana Burna and Half Magic.
Yeah, Leno got both items behind Dragon. Nothing good behind Dragon. All right, quick cane strats.
Just 5 bombs.
Just bombs, womp womp. So yeah, if you're just joining us or need an update on the action, basically Leno and Raikou are both looking for bombos. Raikou knows that to get into both Misery Mire and Turtle Rock, which are both crystal dungeons required to beat the game, both of them require bombos, and it's the only tablet the runners have not found. And so at this point, we are on the hunt for bombos, and as soon as bombos is found, go mode will be initiated. But bombos is one of those miserable things that could be anywhere, so it's still anybody's race.
Well, it looks like he's making the Ice Palace play.
Pendant Ice Palace, okay. So can't complete swamp is can't get into swamp is don't have mirror. So this is the next kind of logical choice.
And if we don't find Bombos in here, he still might full clear it, because this is a green pendant, and Bombos could be on Sarsaparilla.
Yes, Sahashala may indeed. With the green pendant check. Oh, how cruel would that be? For those in chat who are bitter that they didn't get a ped check or have to see Aga, I think your only hope for bitter cruelty is to hope for this green pendant required check.
There's a bit of trouble getting into the chest there.
Those floors are slippery. Yeah, Skull Woods has not been checked by Raikou, but we know that Skull Woods is a dud. Alright, so we got coffee break right now for Leno in the basement of Tower of Hera. Ancient Gamers is saving before heading into Sand Pits. Or the second sand pit. They did the sand pit with the charge beam. I believe they're getting ready to do Ice Rod sand pit right now. Or maybe you're going to do way out.
Yeah, he's probably going to do it on his way out like Lenofis did.
And Kirito gets to join in the Hype Cave action. Those of you who may have missed it, Hype Cave was super hype, containing Lamp, Bow, and Varia. And Raikou setting up that beautiful 1 pixel perfect bomb jump.
Yeah, that's a very hard bomb jump to do.
There are a couple of setups for it. It's still not easy, but if you take the time to watch a video and learn it, it's pretty doable. There's 2 different, I think, 1 pixel setups depending on how far you stand away from the wall. But yeah, not simple by any means.
I'm gonna check the upper part of Ice Palace first, looks like.
Yeah, unfortunately, it's in a position where they may as well full clear it.
Doesn't look like he's getting much luck on items here.
And Ancient Gamer's gonna take on Dragon.
There's the big key.
So all the runners have cleared pod right now, except for Kirito. So the three runners who are kind of on pace with one another here in this race have already cleared pod. So Chad talking about pod being having more checks. You can see on our tracker that the only dungeons not completed for Raikou, Skullwoods, which we know thanks to Leno and Ancient, are not really necessary. And then Misery Mire and Turtle Rock they don't have access to. And then Swamp Palace they don't have access to because there's no mirror. So Ancient Gamer doing that very difficult quick charge. And look at that.
And he's got a blue suit.
They got the blue suit.
I'm even gonna bother checking behind Dragon.
Wow, just swagging out with the blue suit, not even bothering checking the item behind Dragon. That is interesting. Kind of risky. We know it doesn't matter, but... And not heading towards Plasma either. Wow.
This is really interesting.
Wait, does Ancient know? Has Ancient checked either of the two dungeons yet to know that Bombos is required? I don't know that
Ooh.
Ancient. No, he had to have seen. Misery Mire though, because they got speed boost.
Yeah, so he knows Meyer needs bombos.
Man, that is going to be interesting. And I don't think Leno checked Plasma either. So I'm going to be really intrigued if Bombos is right there on Plasma Beam, and no one checks it until maybe Raikou. Very interesting. And Raikou looks like they're done with Ice Palace, heading down to Cold Stare.
Now, thankfully, they do have half magic for this. Otherwise, it would have required a full magic meter just to get rid of the ice on Cold Stare.
And Buttersword will make quick work of the puffballs here. Maybe.
Yeah, Fire Rod or Gold Sword will just destroy Cold Stare once the ice is gone.
And just a heart container. But, green pendant. I bet we get a green pendant check at some point. Ancient Gamer trying to IBJ up to that red shield, but decides not worth it. Alright, so a save and quit. And where are they heading? Looks like I'm gonna guess we're gonna head towards Eastern here. Yep. Okay. All the hammering is done. What is under here? Leno's the first one to check this. Nope. We are gonna get some fetch quests from Leno, I think. I think we're gonna see the blacksmith, and I think we're gonna see the purple chest.
Yeah, I forgot that was a thing they can check.
Yeah, they got Titan's Myth so late we kind of forgot about it.
Oh, hey, there's Mirror.
Oh, mirror on green pendant. Okay,
Oh.
so oh no, does that mean now they can go into swamp? Oh no.
So yeah, that opens up Swamp, that opens up Graveyard Ledge, Cave 45, Checkerboard Cave.
Yeah, so like a 10 more checks, 5 outside of swamp, 5 in, or 4, whatever it comes out to be. Can't remember the exact number of Swamp Palace checks. There's a lot of keys in there. How crazy would that be if Mirror is required for Bombos to complete the game? What a troll seed this could have turned into here. The blacksmiths are just working on some missiles. Where did Leno leave? Oh, Leno doesn't have the mirror, so Leno has way.
Yeah, he's gonna have to go right back in to the portal and grab the purple chest.
Oh, jeez. All right, Raikou gonna go ahead and clear the 2 items out of Skullwoods. Oh no, it has to be Skullwoods. I'm sorry. Duh. So, but it looks like they're gonna do it from the front half in, knowing they need the items. Ancient Gamer's about to find out that Bombos is doubly required. Man, I can't imagine being Ancient Gamer, beating Dragon, and swagging out and leaving the item check behind Dragon. Knowing that I still need an item for Go mode. Goodness gracious, that is... I would be sick to my stomach when I can't find Bombos later, thinking, man, do I have to go back to the Dragon room now?
What if I got another thing that mirror opens up? The Bombos tablet.
Yeah.
Well, that trading sequence was a bust either way.
Okay, so fetch quests, no bueno this one.
Nephis is gonna come over here to clear out Eastern Palace either way, because he still needs that crystal here.
Yes, now that Bo has been acquired, needs to go beat the Armos Knights.
He's got some super speed going on here too.
And we're gonna see a Spike Cave check from Ancient Gamer. Again, we know this is not the required check. Kirito is into Bubble Mountain, doing the Bubble Mountain check. He's gonna save it real quick, a little low on energy. So, what was a pretty generous early seed from the game. Not a bad mid game. Runners were able to complete some crystal dungeons, find some items as they went. Has now turned into quite the treasure hunt. Because our runners all have Butter Sword now, thanks to Kirito's find in Bubble Mountain. And none of them can complete the last 2 pendant dungeons required because Bombos is missing.
It's the hunt for Bombos.
You all
I
thought
say at this point, whoever finds Bombos is probably going to have the lead here.
Oh, 100%. First person to find Bombos is Go Mode, yeah. So, yeah, easy to declare a leader, I think, at this point when someone finds Bombos. Is this a King's Tomb check? Oh, it is from Ancient Gamer, but just a blue potion.
Looked like a green potion for me.
Was it green? I caught it at the last second. It was a bottle with a potion in it.
That was definitely a blue potion. I just got it on the restream.
Shack Tool was checked. Leno, before anyone found Grapple, did an ice beam clip on an enemy into Shack Tool. So Shack Tool is not where our runners are needing to go.
It was just missiles there.
Alright, so Leno goes ahead and finishes off Armos Knights, gets that precious crystal, but now Leno's in the same boat. Last 2 crystals, can't access the dungeon. And just like all of us, is left guessing, where is that Bombos tablet? I don't believe our runners have any real checks left in Super Metroid where Bombos could be. I think it's got to be Link to the Past. Trying to think. Because we know what Shack Tool is. All of Meridian. No, it could be on Plasma still. None of our runners have checked Plasma yet.
I would say it's surprising, but at the same time, Plasma's kind of out of the way.
Yeah, it's a 3 to 4 minute check or something. You can save, and then if you don't find it, extract yourself with the save. But I think that literally might be the only check in SM we haven't seen yet. I don't have a map in front of me, but I'm racking my brain real quick while our runners are repeating checks that we've seen. But yeah, I believe it's either on I believe Plasma is the only check that we haven't seen at least one of the runners do.
Yeah. There's also Graveyard Ledge, which I think that's where Raiko's going to go, as well as checking King's Tomb while he's over there.
Yep. It sure looks like Graveyard Ledge is about to get a check.
But it's an easy check too, since he's got Pegasus boots.
And like you mentioned, we saw King's Tomb from Ancient Gamer, but Raikou has not checked it, so we're going to get a couple of checks here. Ancient Gamer doing some fetch questing. Kirito about to find their gravity suit.
Wonder if Kirito has noticed that he stopped his timer.
I'm not sure. I mean, they all keep track in the Speedruns Live IRC, so not the end of the world if that happened.
Is that a bad thing to get a blue potion here in King's Tomb? Because, hey, free blue potion.
Yeah, it's hard to really complain about that. Our runners have enough life that none of them should have an issue, but a little bit of extra insurance is never a bad thing. As for me, as an inexperienced runner, I always enjoy finding it because, you know, it's nice to have a little bit of insurance. Ancient Gamer, I do not believe has mirror. No, I believe the only mirror player is Raikou.
Yeah, Raiko is the only one here that has mirror, because mirror was on green pedestal.
Oh, yeah, yep. So the rest of the runners have to go beat Ice Palace and then turn in the green pendant. So Leno's on his way.
Yeah, and that's if we find Bombos at any of these parts.
Yeah, Leno's on their way to go do that anyhow. K45 for the win.
Is it in here? No.
All right, running out of checks at least before Swamp Palace becomes necessary. Yes, Mire Shed was very important. Mire Shed was speed booster. So Mire Shed's been checked. We're gonna get a tablet check here.
The last of the tablets, actually.
Yes. How amusing would it be if Bombos was on this tablet?
Vanilla Bombos.
Vanilla Bombos. How great would that have been? But not today.
No, just a heart container.
All that's left is Swamp, they're saying. I'm trying to think that probably is accurate now?
Yeah, I think that's all I'm thinking that would require mirror that would be accessible.
In Link to the Past, again, we have the Plasma Room in Super Metroid.
Oh yeah, there's also checkerboard too.
Oh, that's right. Now that mirror was acquired, checkerboard is a thing. That's a good call. We did run that through in our first list when we were racking our brains to see what mirror opened up.
Either way, Swamp Palace is a good call. There's 6 items to get in this place.
Yes. Yes, the density of items. Oh, okay. The tracker's telling me that Leno checked Plasma, and it was no good. So, my apologies there, chat. I missed that. Thank you to our wonderful tracker this evening. We had a couple trackers, but Kuchiri was feeling a little bit under the weather, so Mind of Me has taken over the tracking duties for all 4. So thank you very much again to our trackers. You know, it's difficult to keep track of 4 runners, but it's even more difficult to keep track of all the items for all 4 runners. So.
Also, wow, that was a really good cold stare fight for Lenophis there. He had them trapped all in that corner there.
Very impressive. Spun them all into the corner, and Butter Sword made quick work.
Didn't have to spin attack or nothing, just swipe at him. The question is Raiko going to do the left side first, or save that after dealing with Argus? I'm going to say he's going to do left side first, just simply because this is a pendant dungeon.
I think so too. I think at this point you need to do all the checks, and so I think left side first is the correct play. That would be my play.
Like if this was a crystal dungeon, I would definitely like beat the boss first and then check items. And hey, Lenophis has got his mirror. Probably very angry to see that. Yep.
Oh, bombing and everything. Oh, here we go. Oh, I thought they were going to activate some medallions too. Oh, man.
He's definitely not happy to see that there.
No. Not that we blame them one bit, but...
Yeah, mirror on green pendant reward is disgusting.
Especially when it basically just opens up 10 other checks that are not real fun. Oh, goodness. Yeah, I do love when these runners, especially in these weekly races, stake as say the tournament, when they show the frustration. Hitaka is always really good about that. I've seen Hitaka just absolutely obliterate some chests with double medallions and lots of swipes, and so yeah, it's fun to see the reactions. And Leno's going right for the swamp play. So, if Raikou finds it here, Leno chose not to make any of the outside checks, the random ones, the ledge or anything, and go right to swamp. So, this could close the gap between Leno and Raikou in a big hurry. In fact, this could give Leno the lead because Raikou's beat Dragon. But we are blanking in the dungeon so far. Holy moly. This Bombos is trolling our runners big time.
Yeah, gotta go to the back. It's even gonna be more annoying if, say, like, Argus has big key, has to go back through the dungeon, get to the big key chest, and lo and behold, Bombos is there.
Oh, the ultimate troll. Ancient Gamer hasn't done Wreck Ship yet, so they're about to be real disappointed. Because at this point, they're just looking for Bombos, and they know it too. And they're thinking, well, I haven't done Wreck Ship. How stupid would it be if I found it here? And at least they don't have to feel that later. But then they have to ask themselves, well, it's not here. Where is it going to be? Chat mentioning the Ancient Gamer's timer, using the 10th of a second, it keeps wobbling the timer.
There's the big key.
Alright, so back upstairs. Go check the chest. See if Bombos is there.
Oh no. I think it had that weird glitch where, like, the stair kind of spit him out too high up so that he automatically went right back down. I've had that happen a few times. It's real weird.
As runners are quick to point out, this game is just perfect. Coded excellently. And by that I'm incredibly sarcastic, chat. This game is full of interesting oddities and glitches and terrible early NES coding errors.
Some of them good, very few bad.
Yeah. Most of them more amusing than any.
Like, fun fact, if you beat, if you...
Oh, there it is!
There's Bombos!
Sorry to interrupt your story, but there it is, ladies and gentlemen. 2 hours, 38 minutes, and just over 40 seconds, we finally have Go Mode!
And Raikou doing some very happy slashes there, or angry slashes. But oh man, that is disgusting. Having to beat Ice Palace to get Green Pendant, get Mirror, and then go into Swamp Palace to get Bombos.
Pendant Swamp Palace to get Bombos. Alright, so Raikou is in Go Mode. Leno is not far behind. The key to remember here in this race is Raikou has to go beat Dragon, which I think that is exactly where they're going. They're going to take this Dark World Ice Palace cave into the backside of Meridia. They're going to go finish off Dragon, and then they'll go through the last 2 dungeons here in A Legend of Zelda: Link to the Past.
Now granted, they just have to beat Dragon. Once they do, they could just go right back out.
Yes, because as we mentioned at the very beginning of the race, the cutscene at the end is much longer on Super Metroid if you beat it first. So it's well advised if you can pull it to beat Super Metroid second. And so we are going to probably see Raikou beat Dragon, duck back into in Link to the Past, beat Misery Mire, and then Turtle Rock, because after Turtle Rock, they can go right into Ganon's Tower, and then come back and beat Mother Brain. So Raikou never did go and pick up X-Ray, so we could see a Super Missile Shine Spark strategy like Ancient Gamer, or we could just see the grapple strategy here. Let's see what they go. Oh, we're gonna get grapple. All right.
Yeah, he's going grapple strats.
It is pretty quick. You have plenty of energy. It can get a little bit dicey if you have, say, less than 2 or 3 energy tanks, but plenty of energy to take care of here. We just gotta wait for Dragon to come through slowly, grab us. Here we go. And hold on for the ride. Because we are about to get some fried shrimp up in the house here.
Almost there.
Almost there. Oh, Dragon trolling. Come on. There we
There
go.
we go.
And
There's
as you
some
can
fried shrimp.
frying that shrimp right up. And as you can see, it does drain your energy. That. Again, Raikou knows they're in go mode. They don't have to wait for this item. So...
Surprising, like, electrocuting yourself like that does so little damage compared to just, like, taking the attacks from Dragon.
Yes.
Which makes me think Samus must have a well-insulated suit to not take all that damage from electrocuting themselves.
Well, and the Dragon fight is underwater, correct? So,
Yeah.
like, water and electricity definitely don't mix either. So yeah, that's an interesting interesting question in physics there.
This is going to be very interesting indeed. Lenophis is already hid here because he's right in Misery Mire, and Raikou still needs to get out of Meridia.
And without Spring Ball, these enemies are quite the troll. Oh,
Yeah.
trying to get the damage boost through. No!
All he needs to do is just jump and hold down, and he can clip through.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah. Unfortunately, he's not having a lot of luck here.
nope. And so he's going to have to wait for the enemy to roll all the way back down the other way, costing precious seconds. Yeah, this is going to come down to execution from this point on. Raikou and Leno both in go mode. Leno already in Misery Mire. So Raiku's still definitely not out of it for the runners that we're watching. I don't know that we have any finishers yet from the field at large. But it is going to be a matter of execution here. This is going to be fun to watch here at the end, because Raikou and Leno are both basically in the exact same boat. Raikou a minute or two behind right now. Let's see if they can make up that time difference.
Yeah, here's the hope we get a Godmire here.
Yes. Leno did the first check and it wasn't the big key, correct? So we got to go a little bit deeper. So again, our runners are just looking for the big key here. The sooner they find it, the better. Is it here?
Nope.
No. And Leno grabs
gotta
the
look for it.
just in frustration.
Interestingly, looks like Raikou's going to be doing this side first.
Oh, and that is gonna... No, go do it! Oh, and then decides against it. It would have been a great strategy. Would have saved them 20 or 30 seconds. But decides they better play it safe. Because if it is here and it is a god God mode Misery Mire. They'll regret checking here last. This is another situation where if our runners are really swag and can pull off some hovering, you can hover across that gap, and then you don't even have to worry about the big key. But hovering, by far, one of the most difficult things you can do in this game.
I mean, you'd still need the big key because you still need to get in Vitreous's room.
Oh, that's right. You still need to open the final door down there. I forgot. There are 2 big key doors.
I mean, it's definitely a time save if you find big key there and you could just hover across. But then again, hovering is never an easy trick.
No. The way people put it to me is, if you've learned everything else you can in Legend of Zelda Link to the Past and you want to learn the ultimate trick, that's when you go and learn hover. But don't even bother with it until you've learned basically every other trick that you can learn. Now, who was it that went and got Wave Beam? Leno went and got Wave Beam, correct?
I believe so.
In Waterway? I think a couple of runners...
Yeah, Waterway. And Ancient Gamer checked it out too.
But Raikou did not. So Raikou not only is a minute or so behind now, but does not have Wave Beam, which is... And Leno got the big key in the last chest. Go figure. But that Wave Beam is going to also give Leno an advantage here, because it's going to make the Mother Brain fight faster. So...
Yeah, there's big key for Raikou. Because if you don't have Wave Beam, I think the combination Charge, Ice, and Plasma make it so that it's like 40 Charge Beam shots compared to the full combo being at like 20 or so.
That sounds approximately correct. Yeah, I don't know the exact numbers off the top of my head, but that sounds correct. Or in the ballpark anyways. And so...
So even if Raikou does manage to get there before Lenophis in some manner, he wouldn't be able to do a quick enough fight that it would be for Lenophis.
Exactly. Yep. This could come down to a successful baby skip, stand-up glitch. There's a lot of little time saves that can be had towards the end of the games.
And plus, without Wave Beam, he can't do a Zeb skip either.
I think you just need... Oh, you do need Ice and Wave, don't you?
Yeah.
There
is another method.
Version. Yeah.
There's another version to the Zeb skip, and that requires doing a short charge, but that is pretty hard to do.
No baby. Oh yeah, you can't do baby skip without. They don't have high jump spring ball right now. So baby skip's not going to come into play here unless they find high jump somewhere in Ganon's tower while looking for the big key. So yeah, it's going to be a matter of execution here. But Leno looks like the early favorite, or late favorite, I guess you could say at this point, to take it home. We'll have to see how it plays out here. It's going to be exciting. All right, Kirito taking down Ridley. Gotta find one of them shield upgrades.
Raikou, meanwhile, just finishing up Vitreous and getting his next to last key.
And Leno on the way to Turtle Rock. Ancient Gamer finding the big key in Ice Palace. We know that they don't have to full clear, or they don't have to check every check in Ice Palace. They just need the green pendant. All right, flute out, off to Death Mountain we go for Raikou. Both players that we're watching on the exact same number of heart containers. Yeah, for those of you who might have blinked and missed the Vitreous fight, with silver arrows, Vitreous is a joke. As are many bosses that arrows can take down when you have silvers.
And yet, surprisingly, unlike all the other bosses, Vitreous is like Ganon in that he takes more than one silver arrow shot, but it's 2 instead of 1.
Yep. And each of those little eyeballs takes 1, so...
That just goes to show how much health Vitreous has as a boss.
Now, our runners with good key locations could potentially skip Laser Bridge here.
Yeah, let's hope it comes to that.
Yes, because there is not even any quality of life items our runners can really get off the Laser Bridge. I guess...
Oh, go ahead.
Oh, go ahead.
I was saying, even if like Lenophis gets bad bad key locations and has to do Laser Bridge, he's got Mirror Shield.
Yes, which will make things easier. Instead of having to bust out the cape and try to cape through and stuff, it will make it a little bit quicker.
Ooh, nice cane dash there.
Very nice cane dash indeed. All right, I think with keys there, I think they can skip Laser Bridge. There might have to be one more critical key placement. I can't remember off the top of my head, but there is potential for them to be able to skip Laser Bridge. What I was going to say earlier is there's just really no quality of life items they can even find. High jump boots, not a big deal. They already have full beam.
Red Tunic might be nice, though.
Red Tunic would be the one, and in Raiku's case, they might be thinking Wave Beam.
Of course, we already found where Wave Beam was, and it's not going to be anywhere here.
No, unfortunately, we know that Wave Beam is not going to be anywhere in here.
Ninja Gamer now on his Cold Stare fight.
See if we can get the quick kill, push them all into the corner. Oh, no. Not bad. Oh. They got bumped out of there pretty quickly. One more spin, though, should take care of those last two.
Yeah, this can become a very laggy fight with all the particles going on here.
Yep. And there we go. Wasn't pretty, but got the job done. Alright, so... Leno grabbing this key, skipping that door there.
It's probably thinking that big key's not there.
Yes.
Let's hope it's not.
Right. Yes, Leno has waves, so Leno really doesn't have to look. Leno is just trying to clear this game as quick as possible. We're not going to see any of them check Mimic Cave. Mushroom.
Oh, so you did get big key.
Yes, I believe if that chest had been a key, then they were able to skip Laser Bridge. I believe as of now they have to do Laser Bridge key. Don't quote me that I'm 100% right there.
Oh, now they could skip it.
Now they could skip it. Okay, one of those two chests had to be a key.
Oh, that is some good key placement.
Yeah,
as we saw with Ancient Gamer, he got his mirror.
Oh, we're gonna get a checkerboard cape check for the first time.
Wonder what's in here.
Probably a missile pack.
Yeah,
oh,
you're right. If it's not a big 20, it's a missile pack.
That's about it. Those were the two safe guesses. Oh. Alright. So, Leno's through. Almost to that boss. Now, remember chat, this is not an official race, tournament race. But we can still play the key game for funsies. But no mass recognition or anything today for the weekly race.
Yeah, no prizes either. Just if you win, you win.
You win and you get bragging rights in chat for the remainder. Oh goodness, the troll by the Tri-Hex fight tonight.
Yeah, it's never fun when the ice head gets the spit.
Alright, so I think these runners have suffered enough with this seed. I'm going to guess the key is on the lamp. So I'm going to guess check number 3. I'm going to guess whoever gets there first, probably Leno, is going to go right and check the first 2 chests, and then it's going to be on, big key going to be on the lamp.
Yeah, I'd say you're trying to be positive. I'm on the opposite end here. I'm going to say it's going to be on tile room.
Oh, all the way on tile room.
Yeah.
Last time my co-commentator brought evil upon the runners like that and guessed 21, it was indeed 21. So let's see what happens. All right.
It's a very good Trinex fight for Raiko there.
Get your guesses in now if you want. Again, we're not playing officially, but I'm take any more guesses in the next about 10 seconds.
As once Leno enters there.
That's it. All right. So Zebran Star changed a guess to 13, and that's the last guess in the chat that I see that we're going to take. So bragging rights go out to anybody who can get there. It is not on 1. It is not on 2. And we're going full right. All right.
But is he going to go tile room, though? Nope. He's going to skip right past it. Now this could work in Raiko's favor, because if he goes left side and it's there...
This is a possible time save, yes. So let's see if Raiko goes first 2 checks right. Okay, chest number 4, 5, or 3, 4, 5, and 6. No. And Raiko is doing it, looks like. All right.
Yeah, he's going to go left first.
And all of a sudden, the tables have turned. It's not where I thought.
Alright, that's 7.
That is 7, yep. And this pretty much comes down to full execution now. Leno has an advantage with Wave Beam for the Mother Brain fight, but this is going to be fun to watch. We have quite the race on our hands. Hold on to your seats. 8. No. 9. No.
10. 11.
10. 10. Oh, yep. 12.
11.
Oh, that was 11. I'm sorry. All right, 11 checks in there.
Coming up to the fire bar room here. It's 12.
And we literally have 2 runners seconds apart. We can't ask for anything much more exciting than this.
Now to the fire snake room.
Beautiful. Wall bonk to clear the fire snake.
13. We head to the random tile room next.
We get 4 more checks in here.
High jump.
High jump booze.
15. 16. 17. Not in here.
Oh my goodness, if you brought evil upon these gentlemen and runners, And oh my goodness, I cannot believe you did if you did this. Oh man.
My negativity has seeped into the race. Ooh, and Raiko utilizing the bonk. Lanofis, oh! He tried to go for the bonk and didn't get it. But
Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! He gets pushed off!
it's gonna have to reset.
And just like that, Leno takes the lead again! Kirito is struggling with the
That's 18.
Kirito is
Bob's
struggling
chest
mightily
is
with the
not-
croc fight. Alright, so we're 18 checks in and haven't found it yet. I'll just have you remember my co-commentator brought this evil upon these runners.
$19. $20. Who guessed 20?
It was 20. Okay.
I don't think anyone guessed 20.
Let's see. 20. We got a 22 from Dilbert. And we have 17. 18, yep. Dr. Primenex. Dr. Primenex? Alright.
Well, yeah, him and whoever gets 22 were closest.
Yep.
So yeah, Dilbert and Dr. Primenex, you two were the closest to guessing correctly. I guess I was one away in my prediction. But I guess maybe that would have been 22, not 21.
Yep.
Then again, I didn't guess a number, I just guessed a room.
That's fair. Alright. So, again, this is going to be a real exciting end to this race. We have two runners, mere seconds apart. They're virtually identical on items. The deciding factor could come down to, now that high jump boots are in play, does someone get baby skip? Does someone get stand-up glitch? Or is Leno's wave beam going to be the difference in how fast they can complete the Mother Brain fight?
And it also comes down to like how well these mobs are going to play out during Gauntlet.
Yeah, no, Gauntlet's not easy at all. Can they quick kill the Wizrobes, or do they, miss a quick kill? That was a beautiful arrow by Leno. They're still neck and neck.
Although, Raiko's got to play a little carefully here. He's getting low on health.
Whoa, yeah. Is there? Oh no! Gonna have to drink that potion.
Red potion. Okay, he's good.
All right, but it does cost precious seconds.
Oh, Lenofis is having a bit of trouble here on the Landmolus fight.
Not getting those silver quick kills.
Neither is Raiko in that, for that matter.
Oh no! There's one. Misses a silver. Gonna take some sword slashes. Oh no! Get the kill! Oh, no! Misses and requires another phase. Alright, Ancient Gamer is making the trek through Swamp Palace. For those of you who are still keeping an eye on the other runners here, the difference was that Bombos was a required tablet and the only item Ancient Gamer is missing, but Ancient Gamer is about to find it. Buried here deep within Swamp Palace, which you had to get the mirror for, which was locked behind the green pendant, which was locked behind a full clear of Ice Palace. Oh, what a miserable end to this seed they had. So yes, this seed trolled our runners hard. But we are reaching the culmination for a couple of runners.
Yeah, Lenofis is almost at the Moldorm 2 fight.
Yep. right, good dodge of the spikes. Raikou getting there.
Taking some safety health. Lenofis trying. Oh, and gets it.
All right. Quick slash there. Can we get one more quick one? No, no!
No, he gets bonked off.
Raikou gets bonked off. Oh, no!
He got bullied.
Leno getting stuck. Oh my, Leno getting trolled in the bumper room. All right, there we go. Much better attempt number 2. All right, now, this Aga fight is random how many blue balls our runners get. It is not consistent over the course of the seed. So, let's see what kind of patterns Leno gets, because minutes can be gained or lost in this Aga 2 fight.
It looks like Raikou's having trouble with the bumpers too, but he's getting up there.
Got through it. Leno had a really good phase there. Oh, they're cooperating big time, and Leno gets in.
Already
down goes Aga.
Aga 2.
That was a really quick Aga fight. Oh no! And Raikou gets hit and misses all 3. Oh no!
Yeah, it's not really good, looking good for him. He's at 3 already. Oh, this is some bad placement.
Oh, the pattern was bad. He managed to get 1 hit off. Thank goodness that blue balls were not given there.
That's 5. 1 more. Or no, another.
Nope, must have only been 4. Needs 1 more now. Come on. And there it is. Okay. But Leno already on to Ganon, and with Butter, this fight goes real quick. Don't blink or you're gonna miss it.
Remember to always butter the bacon.
Alright, red potion being used. Is Leno sitting in there taking damage? Our runners could use cane or cape strats as well to try to get some extra damage in.
I guess I did miss what Ganon said here. Listen what he said.
Yeah, let's find out on Raikou.
You drove away my other self, I gear him 2 times, and the Triforce, I'll defeat you.
That was a long one. Ganon was feeling wordy. Alright. Oh no! Torch glitch, not successful. Shouldn't matter that much with butter. And silvers. Let's find out if that costs any time. Double hit. Alright. 1 more silver arrow. Gonna relight the torches real quick. And
Ganon is down for Lenofis.
get your single G's in chat for Leno, because down goes the pig.
Also, Despair, who do you mean on Darn You Commentator? Me or Big Nuki? Oh, Raikou gets the torch glitch.
Alright. Oh, and a double arrow hit. Raikou, despite some shakiness at one point, is trying to make a comeback here. Oh no! Oh no!
Oh, he missed it. But he gets it!
All
yeah!
The butter your bacon comment, very nice.
Okay, yeah, that was me.
Alright. Leno is out to a lead here, but Raikou still has a chance. Let's see how this this final stretch of Super Metroid goes. Into Turian they go. All
He's
right.
gonna go into the ship real quick to get some missiles back.
Yep, getting a
Maybe
refill
one.
here. All right. Leno making quick work of the first room. Again, Ice Beam makes this real easy for our runners. Ice Beam to freeze them, a Super Missile to destroy them, and that's it. If they didn't have Ice Beam, it's still doable. 3 Power Bombs will take care of them. And yes, as chat's pointing out, don't forget Wave Beam versus no Wave Beam. Leno did go into Waterway in his hunt for Bombos and find the Wave Beam. Raikou did not. So, this may not come down to execution. It may just come down to the fact that Leno has Wave and full Beam combination is going to make the Mother Brain fight much, much quicker. And we're getting reserve tanks emptied. Looks like no baby skip, or just in anticipation of a possible failed baby skip here. Execution doesn't hurt. There. Oh, Leno gets caught. Oh no, and Raikou gets grabbed by one of the Metroids.
Leno is taking off the very soon because you'll take more damage from Baby Metroid if that's off.
And Leno, wanting to skip the energy room, is going to do a Crystal Flash.
A bad call, all things considered.
Yeah, having the full beam combination doesn't need the super missiles by any means. Turned off Screw Attack because there's a version of Zebetide Skip that requires Screw Attack to be off. And so does a quick menu to turn off Screw Attack. And is going to try to Zeb Skip right here. Let's see if this works. And got it! Really quickly!
Wow, that was impressive.
That trick is not nearly as easy as Leno. But again, Leno doesn't need super missiles after this part of Mother Brain. And, alright, it's just Charge Beam from here on out.
Raikou got grabbed by Baby Metroid 2.
So no successful baby skip. This looks like it's Leno's to lose right here from restreamed runners.
I mean, the only time I could think he could mess up here is like doing the stand-up glitch.
And soft locking.
Yeah, or messing up the stand-up glitch, like didn't take enough health too quickly, so Mother Brain will let off another like rainbow beam at him, and that'll kill him.
Yep. So there are a couple. Oh, but extra damage being taken there.
He needs to take more off. That's not going to be enough. Or wait a minute. Oh, he did it without the. I think without Varion.
So looks like we're gonna have a successful stand-up glitch here. Needs to be in the air when the baby Metroid comes in, and nope.
I think they also have to be in the air when like the baby Metroid is moving towards Samus as well.
All right.
Yeah, very nice execution so far with Lenophis on this stand-up glitch.
Very good execution, yes. So what this is doing is after Mother Brain became not grayed out, all these hits that are being done are counting towards the defeating of Mother Brain. So once Leno gets out of this and has Rainbow Beam, it's probably only going to take 2, 3, maybe a couple more hits. Watch Mother Brain's color. Oh, it's only going to take 1 or 2. This one is basically done.
Yep.
All right.
Yep.
So
one boop.
One hit. Now Hitaka came into chat and is spoiling the race for us here. Out of our restream runners, it looks like Leno is going to be the first one done, but we do have a couple other runners that have finished. Coming in first place today with a time of 2:56:02 was Zost. Coming in second place with a time of 3 hours and 18 seconds was Asder. And Hitaka came in third with a time of 3 hours, 12 minutes, and 12 seconds. So we have had 3 runners finish thus far. We had almost a dozen start the race, I believe. Kirito is playing things out, but did drop from the race. Leno, all they have left to do is make the climb here. And then probably one more shine spark.
Yeah, I hope he doesn't get kicked out of it.
And there it is.
He's got it. But is he going to save the animals?
That is the question. We do have runners that may save the animals. And if these runners were checking their chats, they know that they're, not in first place. And so maybe we get some animal saving. Not from Leno. All save frames.
He's saving those frames, that monster.
All right, so Leno finishes. Leno does finish in fourth place. The official time was 3:16:28. And Raikou mentioning in chat, giving Leno some GGs, and mentioning that Raikou is right behind, and that is indeed the case. We will see Raikou, but yeah, get your GGs in chat for Leno.
Yeah, GG Leno.
We saw Leno do a swag hell run, and Leno's joining us. Welcome in, Leno.
Hi.
Well, so,
GG.
That hell run.
What a seed.
What a seed indeed. Yes.
Gave you such good items early, but it's like, hey, what's that? You want bombos? Well, better go complete ice pallets first.
Oh, that bombos. Oh
yeah.
Man.
How about having to go get the green pendant to get mirror to have to basically full clear another dungeon? Oh.
Yeah, I knew as soon as I had to do green pendant, I'm like, you know what? Sahasrahla is gonna give me mirror. I'm gonna have to do swamp. I'm not gonna like this, and I had a special surprise ready for Sahasrahla in case he did that. What a jerk!
Now, see, you made the good call whenever you got mirror, because when Raikou got mirror, he checked all the other places like Graveyard Ledge, K45, and I think Bombo's tablet too before he went to Swamp Palace.
Swamp Palace, yes.
At that point, I was just playing the odds. Swamp has 6. There's a bunch of one-off locations. I figure I have a better chance in Swamp than I do anywhere else.
And that was a good call. It was the difference between you or Raikou winning out of our restreamed runners. So.
Oh man.
Yeah, because if Raikou didn't have to go fight Dragon, it would have been much more neck and neck.
At one point in Ganon's castle, the two of you were literally seconds apart. The trick we knew was going to come down to also the fact that you checked and got wave beam, and Raikou didn't. So we knew the Mother Brain fight was going to go a little bit quicker for you.
Okay.
Also, Raikou has just finished in 5th place with a time of 3 hours, 18 minutes, and 51 seconds.
So about 2.5 minutes behind Leno. So yeah, those extra checks, Leno going right to Swamp Palace instead of checking the one-off mirror checks. Definitely the difference in that race.
Well, it was nice knowing where Titan events already were. So once I found speed boosters, like, okay, there's only one other item. I think I was looking for 2 other items at that point. Bombos was one of them because I already knew about Meyer. There might have been another one. But I was just looking for like just a couple of items. And I just happened to come across Wave.
Yes, yeah, you were looking for those items and came across Wave. So GG's to Raikou, who's joining us.
Thanks. So, what a hero call that was. Absolute hero call.
Yeah.
I'd say that was a galaxy brain moment right there.
And then when I saw the mirror at Saha, I was thinking I'm either gonna get like possibly first on stream or last, because this mirror is either gonna lead me to it's gonna lead me to Bombos, which is gonna put me ahead of most people in the race, or it's gonna lead me in this giant red herring where I check every single mirror spot before I check anywhere else.
Well, and that was the difference between our restream situation. You did a number of out-of-the-way checks, and Leno went right to Swamp Palace.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Again, Nofus also had a lot of swag strats, too.
Oh, yeah. Leno did a hell run very early on. Found his gravity suit an hour before anybody else on the stream did.
Wow, that's kind of surprising with the energy situation in the seed. There was not a lot of energy early. I would have considered it. I would have considered it if I had maybe one or two more tanks early, but they just weren't there. You might have noticed that I was avoiding wreck ship as well because of the energy situation.
Yep.
Well, it's actually kind of a good thing you did, because Red Ship didn't really have anything. It was garbage.
I checked it eventually, but I just was not comfortable. I'm not comfortable with like Power Suit Fantoon under not very many tanks.
I've done it before, and it's not easy.
As you can tell, Super Metroid is not my better of the two games, but I've learned a lot playing this, and I think the routing just carries me in these races.
Your routing was good, and your gameplay was solid all the way around. Both of, you could only do so much with this seed because of how trolly it got with Bombos there at the end.
Well, I figured that because of how long it had taken me to find it, I had to at some point make a play somewhere, because I had a lot of one-off locations. Or I can go Independent Ice Palace, because I don't know if this is a randomizer meme or it's specific to just my channel, but whenever Ice Palace is a crystal, it's junk. Whenever Ice Palace is a pendant, it's gold.
Yeah, it seems like I've been notified in the past that a lot of runners feel like Pendant Ice Palace is almost required. That it's not a gift for Ice Palace to be pendant, because chances are you're gonna find something in there you need.
And even then, getting into Ice Palace was not easy either. What with the mitts were in a nasty spot too.
Yep.
But oh man,
when I space jumped up to Main Street, I'm like, you're really gonna make me spark up there? Fine.
But oh man, that loaded hype cave though.
Yeah, that's the first legitimate 10 out of 10 hype cave I've seen in a while. Leno, did you dive pod?
I did dive pod. Pod had garbage.
I did too.
Both of you dived into pod.
Leno,
I'm not surprised.
Leno dove into Eastern before getting the bow. Leno was one of the last ones to check Hype Cave, and so Leno had a double dip into Eastern.
That's actually something that I've been trying to avoid doing in combo. It's more common to have to do it in standalone Link to the Past, but in combo, because there's so many locations, I've recently become of the camp that if you don't have to go into Eastern early, it's better to avoid it.
Sure.
And you probably could tell that when I think there was a sword in Saha's closet, I wasn't very happy.
You were a little frustrated, yes. Yep.
There were a couple of points where I was really just fuming, such as when I found that Turtle Rock was Bombos and I had both of the other medallions. I was pretty upset.
Yep.
Because I was trying to do the seed so that I could route TR and Tower of Hera before GT, but it was getting down to so few locations that I had to go do Hera. But overall, I felt like the just general patience in the seed really helped out a lot. As far as like holding off on locations that are kind of lucrative but are out of the way, or crystal dungeons that don't have a lot of items but you can just do later, I felt that just patience was really important in routing the seed properly, and the routing at the beginning was just godlike.
Yeah, and we kind of Chet kind of talked about it, and we predicted a little bit as well. Is that with such early game routing, it feels like oftentimes when the game is kind to you early, it's going to do something awful to you in the mid or late game, and that unfortunately came to fruition again today.
And that's just going to happen, just because you're going to find all kinds of items early on, so the entire game is open, and just the sheer number of locations that you have open to you, it'll just happen. I've played a lot of seeds like this.
Yep. Yeah, it's a situation where if those dungeons if neither dungeon requires bombos, you all finish a half hour earlier, at least. At least, yeah. And so Ancient Gamer's still running right now. Ancient Gamer had a very unfortunate situation. Ancient Gamer took a death in Super Metroid and lost, I don't know, he had beaten Kraid, lost probably 20 minutes of progress, taking a death in Super Metroid early in the game.
That's actually the reason why I skipped X-Ray, and I probably went by that location at least two more times, and I just completely forgot about X-Ray.
We did mention it, yep.
The first one was intentional. I went into there just to get power bombs because I didn't have enough power bombs to do the rest of the routing there. But I didn't want to go to X-Ray on 104 health because I don't think I had saved at all.
Sure, and yep, and I think someone in chat pointed out that was probably the case, and so that makes sense.
And then the other two times, I just completely spaced going back to X-Ray, especially after I had Varia, because I think I passed by there. And I just completely forgot about it. I was really scared, especially after I found the mirror, that Bombos was at, like, Spore Spawn. Because I didn't want to attempt Spore Spawn skip with only a few supers.
Oh, I didn't even catch that you had skipped, hadn't done Spore Spawn skip yet. Okay.
I hadn't done Spore Spawn skip because there were very, very few supers early.
Gotcha.
And then after you had already cleaned out just Bryn in general, the Bryn routing was really nice because the game threw you something like 20 power bombs early.
Yeah.
I didn't have any issues with that because usually what'll happen when you do Bryn is you have to be really meticulous about routing it. You'll almost never get to cleanly route Green Bryn to Big Pink to Retro Bryn and back down to Green Hill and Spazer. That just never happens because you need something like 20 power bombs to actually make that route work. And it gets very, very silly.
On a side note, I do want to point out that HC Fwesker has finished in 6th place with a time of 3 hours and 24 minutes and 7 seconds. And Cheeseinator has finished in 7th place with a time of 3 hours, 27 minutes and 4 seconds.
Those are good times on the seed. The seed was very difficult to navigate. The Link to the Past side was not terribly easy either until pretty late because there were some swords that were easy to find once you had the right items, but it took a while to find the sword.
And no one found, at least no one we watched, found Red Mail. I have no idea where Red Mail's at.
Also, Raiko, if you wanted to know, Wave Beam was at Waterway.
Yeah, there's no way I was getting that. I was actually about to ask where Wave Beam was. Because if I had found Wave Beam, then I wouldn't have been so concerned about ammo. That Turian was garbage.
Yeah, Turian. I was trying the new, there's a new strat of Baby Skip that was recently discovered as of like 2 days ago. And I was trying that with no practice and failed miserably.
I've seen it. It actually looks significantly easier than the previous, where I might even sit down and spend some time with it. Just if anything for
I think the timing window on the spring ball jump is pretty precise, but otherwise I think it's easier than some of the versions.
But I'm just not quite at that point yet in the SM side. The LTTP side, I've always just managed to play solid, but when you don't live and breathe Super Metroid.
Yeah, Zo's finishing first. This was a seed that those Super Metroid runners, got rewarded a little bit.
Because, I mean, it's Zeus. What do you expect?
Oh yeah, speaking of SM, both sandpits loaded. I was not happy to see that.
Have to check both. I have to complete both sandpits and not just save and re.
I was seriously considering skipping charge. I was thinking about it.
Are you
hard.
glad you didn't?
I don't think charge actually made that big a difference. The way I played.
Yeah, you probably had enough supers to handle Mother Brain without charge.
Oh yeah, I think I was 120.65 at the end, which is plenty.
Yep. But yeah, great race all the way around. We saw a lot of. Leno did a hell dive, a couple of them to Ice Beam and Bubble Mountain. We saw a couple different strats on Dragon. Somebody ended up with Blue Suit after Dragon. Somebody used Grapple. Somebody used X-Ray or Microwave rather. It was great. Good show put on.
I thought about running back to the library to get X-Ray after I found charge. That was the reason why I got charge actually, was because I was trying to, with that I could microwave Dre, and I was trying to figure out when I was going to go back to get X-Ray eventually, and I just could never find a good time to route it. But I'm really surprised at how close this wound up. I can't wait to watch the video back tomorrow after work, because it sounds like Leno and I had quite a race, and I don't even deserve to be mentioned in the same sentence as Leno. He is so much better than I am at this.
Well, at one point in Ganon's Tower, you two were literally mere seconds, same screen, within a second or two of one another, and so, and then you had the unfortunate getting knocked off by the second Moldorm fight.
I almost got knocked off myself. That was terrible.
My GT climb in general was awful. I completely flubbed the Lanmo 2 fight, and I blamed that entirely on skipping shields. I'm not skipping shields. I skipped because you might have noticed that I found all 3 shields and I skipped all of them.
Yep, and Leno had mirror.
I'm not skipping shields again.
Not that it mattered much, because like with the key loadout in Turtle Rock, you could have both of you skipped Laser Bridge.
Yep.
I don't know how many cycles I took on Lanmo 2, but it was one of the worst Lanmo 2s I've done in a while.
I think it was only 3, but with silvers and stuff and butter, that's I can understand that being frustrating.
Like doing that with silvers, 1 cycle's easy peasy.
So there was just a lot of bad lag going on.
Yeah, Leno's fight against the Lanmos wasn't much better. So he had a rough fight there too.
I think what you mean to say is that it didn't go much butter.
The big thing that I'm looking forward to watching back is the moments where Mirror gets found and that leads to Bombos. I'm guessing both of us probably found that at close to the same time.
Well, Raiko actually found Mirror first.
Yep.
Like a good deal, like first before you did, Leno.
Yeah, because Raiko had had time to do like K45 and Graveyard led some of the checks, and then it was still a dead heat into Ganon's Tower, even though Leno went right to Swamp.
Do you blame me for doing those 2 mirror checks though?
No, honestly, they were good checks.
I mean, at that point, but we know Bombos can be anywhere. Leno said he did Swamp as a check density, and that makes sense. But I don't blame you for doing the checks you did.
Because my philosophy at that point is that, like I explained, either this mirror is gonna cause me to get 12th or 13th in this race, or it's going to cause me to get 4th or 5th. Because since this mirror was in such a nasty location, I feel my only way of getting a good position in this race is to try to push this mirror and check almost exclusively mirror locations.
Yep.
And
if it had turned out, if Bombos had been on Graveyard Ledge, you would have beat Leno by 15 minutes, maybe more.
But the only other thing I really have to... Sorry, go ahead.
I was gonna say, if Swamp didn't pan out, it's gonna be Bombo's check, and then I wrap in Graveyard Ledge from there. So I lost. I would have lost a lot of time if Swamp didn't pan out when it did.
The only other thing I have to say about this is first submitted escape PogChamp. I think it was in one of the other speed gaming races. I thought I had my first submitted escape, but then I watched the VOD back and I missed it by literally a frame.
Oh jeez.
Oh no.
Good thing I wasn't playing SMI.
Good old SMI.
Another factor that came kind of close to the end there, like Raiko actually had some bad layouts with Aghanim 2.
Oh, that Aga 2, those are some of the most garbage patterns I've ever seen.
Yep. Leno's Aga 2 was probably at least 30 seconds better, and just because of pattern luck. Trying to think.
I have a question.
Yeah.
When everyone found Morph Ball in Uncle, did they dive immediately back to Super Metroid when they found power bombs, or did they do what I did and
no one went?
No one chased it.
No one chased back early. Not a single person. They all of you basically finished out the common link to the past checks.
There's too much stuff open. And with only Morph Ball and one pack of power bombs, I just think it's too much of a hassle routing Bryn. Like, as I'm sure everybody who plays this regularly knows, power bombs early are such a huge issue when you're doing all the Bryn checks. I was also very excited to find Morph Ball bombs when I did. That was really, really helpful.
Silly old man.
Yeah, so because we mentioned that on stream at one point, I think, is that after Morph Ball bombs were found fairly early in Morph Ball, I wondered if anybody was going to dive straight back into Super Metroid, and not a one of the forerunners we watched did. Everybody basically cleaned out the common checks, especially having flute. Navigation was pretty straightforward, so yeah.
And it's just efficient routing.
Another swag strat that Leno did. Yeah. Tell us about that, Leno. How about clipping it into Shack Tool?
It's easy. I have a lot of practice with it, so I'm like, okay, I missed it the first 2 times, and then I just got the sub-pixel on the 3rd try. It's just something I do stupidly.
I kind of joked go ahead.
I was chasing the gravity suit play a little bit too much because I didn't want to do that too much because I knew it was out of logic and Varia had to be somewhere immediately accessible to me. And then when I found the hammer in Meyer's shed, that completely killed the Aga plague because I was worried that when I found the Master Sword in Sahasrarla's hut.
Wasn't the hammer in desert?
Hammer was in desert.
That's right. Hammer was in desert.
Meyer's shed was speed boost.
Oh, that's right. Sorry.
Yeah, that was mean. That was such a mean spot to put speed booster because you had to go I think you almost had to go through Lower Norfair to.
Yep, you did.
Yep. 100% because Titan's mitts were
locked behind speed booster.
Yep.
Oh yeah, you're right. That's silly.
And to the point that Raikou mentioned earlier with the low health count, I never thought about diving Lower Norfair out of sequence to even try anything, because there's no guarantee and you don't know if Mire Shed or Mire itself, if he was even accessible, was going to hold anything. So I figured that's not the play to make.
With the health situation, I never ever would have considered a lava dive.
That's speaking of swag strats, though. I did make the joke earlier that I think Leno was probably still stuck in hard mode logic because with all the strats he pulled off.
Leno was doing hard mode swag strats for sure.
I think the only swag that I got to pull off was an egregious number of chest turns in Eastern. That was about it. But in any case, I gotta duck out. It is 1:45 to midnight, and I gotta be clocked in.
It's 1:45 to 1 a.m. for me.
Well, I gotta be clocked in under 8 hours, so I should probably get to sleep.
Well, GG and rest well. Very impressive run.
Thanks.
All right, so we have Ancient running through Turian here. So I think we're gonna let Ancient Gamer wrap up his Turian run, and then we will probably call it a night here in a few minutes. But yeah, very well job done, Leno. Not only we enjoyed watching you, not only because your execution was very good, but you did some swag stuff. You had fun slashing chests and bombing Sahasrahla and.
I wanted to use both my medallions with extreme prejudice on him, but the game would not let me. So I figured, like, okay, I'm just move on.
Oh, can you not use the medallions in his hut?
The game didn't beep at me. It didn't even let me try. So I'm not sure if it actually lets you or not. I'm guessing no, but
I saw you select them, and I wonder why they left with. And so, yeah, I guess that must be a thing. You can't activate those in Sahasrahla's closet or in his hut.
When I was making an early dive to check the criteria shaft supers, and my health was a little sketchy.
I called out that you almost died. Yeah.
I'm like, okay, I took the first hit, I'm still fine. I took the second hit, I'm like, I'm not fine. I gotta get out of here before I die.
I looked over. We were watching someone else do fight a boss or something maybe, and I looked over and I saw you stuck in the acid, and you were down to about 77 energy, and I went, "Holy cow, Leno's about to die!" And you saved it.
I don't think I should have been able to save it, but wow, that was. Whew.
That was a clutch save, yeah. And then it turned out there was like a 20 feedback there or something when you came back later. So.
Yeah. Did anybody else check that location, or was I the only one?
No, I believe everybody ended up checking it.
Okay.
I can't say I'm fairly confident both Raikou and Ancient Gamer checked it. So.
Checked what again?
Checked criteria shaft supers.
I don't think anyone else checked that place.
Oh, I could have sworn somebody else did. Maybe not. Alright, Ancient Gamer trying to get the Zeb skip. Gonna reset the room real quick.
This is one trick I still have problems doing myself.
And got it! Second try. Alright.
Yeah, it's like that was impressive seeing like you and Leno doing that on your first try, making that look so easy.
Yeah, Leno, it seemed like it was almost framed. You got it about as quickly as you possibly could.
It's just one of those persistent things where if you practice it, within, like many other things, it'll take you about an hour. But once you do, you'll get it down. You'll generally won't miss it again, but there'll be times where you have to reset the room just because the Rinkas aren't cooperating, or you take a bad bounce or something like that.
Sure.
Have you tried doing like the speed booster or the short charge strat for that?
I can't do that 3 or 4 tap or whatever it is. That's one super short I have not been able to do. I am not good with. I'm just not that good or consistent with the super shorts.
Yeah, because I heard that one in particular is really hard to pull off. It's like it's both doing a 3 tap and you're like getting it set up into another room.
Yeah, that makes it really tough. That's about as bad as the Red Tower I think that's a stutter 4-tap, or maybe it's just a 4-tap. I'm not sure what it is. There's a 4-tap at the Meridia Main Street where the missiles are, where Titan Instruments were this seed. I have no consistency with that. I tried that twice and just gave up on it. Went for the easier super short, or the easier stutter tap up on the upper platform.
Yeah, like you can do the short charge on the upper platform, and that's much easier to do. But if you're trying to do on the bottom part, that is much harder.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Yeah, those short charges are tough all the way around. So.
Mm-hmm.
I actually have one of my friends that I've been doing some co-op runs with, and he has run into a few points where like he has to get into like Brinstar early and needs to do a short charge to get past the wall to get in there. I think they had a bit of trouble learning it.
Oh yeah, I ran into that in one of the first seeds I started playing. I was like, oh, how am I supposed to get progression here? And I had speed boost and nothing else, and realized that I had to get to Terminator using a speed boost through the wall there.
And then like the third sea he had to do that whole like mock ball spring jump past mode to get into wreck ship.
Another difficult trick, yep. Ancient Gamer did stand up glitch successfully, and Mother Brain is rather quickly here.
Yeah, that's another thing. It was like a really nicely done stand up glitch too. Got her down to just one more hit.
Yeah, great execution all the way around, Leno. It's a shame that seed trolled you guys so hard. For what that seed was, the times were really good.
Well, thank you. I mean, I felt like, and Raikou brought this up earlier, that the items early on just made it seem like it was going to be a jet seed. And when I sequence broke to find gravity, so I'm like, okay, this is going to be a really fast seed. And then, obviously, we're missing Bombos, but then the mirror didn't appear, and I think, the speed booster didn't appear. It was just kind of a cluster of things.
Yeah, it was one of those situations where a couple of really key items just buried deep, and of course, both dungeons required the one pendant that the game didn't give you early and kindly, and so what could have been a 2 hour and 35, 2 hour and 40 minute seed turned into 3 hours and 15 minutes.
Mm-hmm. And Cheese in chat actually brought up a good point. When I did the sequence break to do Ether, and he did Ether too. I don't know if he sequence broke it or not, but Ether turned out to be just a waste of time, and Quake turned out to be just a waste of time. Neither of those two needed for anything.
Yeah, it's one thing to find two medallions early. It's another thing to get both of them and just find out, hey, they're useless. You just wasted time.
Alright, and we have Ancient Gamer finishing up. Oh, being trolled by the Steam. And there it is, with an official SRL time of 3 hours, 48 minutes, and 15 seconds. Ancient Gamer comes in 10th place overall in the race.
We also missed Neorific finishing in 8th place with 3 hours and 36 minutes, and Epi37 finishing with 3 hours 46 minutes.
All right.
Everyone racing this tonight has put on a good show. This has been this was a garbage seed. I'm sorry.
No. Well, you're not gonna get any argument from that on up. But you're right. Everyone racing put on a great show, has done really well. That's a reminder to chat. Give these runners a follow. These are all entertaining runners. There's the command. Yep, there's the command to follow all the runners. And so, we both enter it. But yeah, give all these runners a follow. They did a great job. We had two great trackers tonight. Kochiri got us started, wasn't feeling good, and turned it over to Mind of Me to finish off by herself. And she has since ducked out, but obviously towards the end here, we're in good shape. But yeah, great job by everybody involved tonight. Very entertaining weekly race.
And thank you guys for commentating this one. This has been, I'm sure chat loved this.
Yeah, I mean,
yeah.
Chat always always hopes for really trolly things like Ped and Shaq and Tool and but they got the troll in the end with the horrible Bombos placement.
Yeah, much to the dismay of the runners themselves.
I think Chet was entertained throughout, so. But with that, we're approaching the 4-hour mark here, and 3 of our 4 restreamers did finish. Kirito did back out of the race at some point a while back, and so I think that is going to do it for us. I don't think Ancient Gamer is joining us this evening, but again, Leno, thank you very much for a great run and coming in and chatting with us.
Indeed, thank you guys.
Oh, you're very welcome. So I think for myself and Pensnick, again, a job well done this evening by all our runners. Any final thoughts, Pensnick?
Yeah, for all the runners that had to deal with that getting that green pin to get mirror, it was very much a big oof.
Yeah. Yep. Difficult seat all the way around. But I think with that, I'd like to wish everybody a wonderful evening, day, night, wherever you happen to be. For those of you in the central U.S., stay warm. They're talking record-breaking low temperatures throughout much of the central U.S., north and central U.S. So stay warm, stay safe. And have a wonderful day or evening, wherever you might be.
Yeah, we'll see you guys later.